Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Beyond the Pale, session 1 this time, with the full party in-house. So last time we did some introductions, but there were 2 people that we were missing. So we'll do a quick introduction for those 2 people. So in this square right here, we have Healy. Healy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I wasn't prepared for an introduction.
Oh.
I was not ready. Never ready.
That's right. Well, down here in this corner, we have Horns.
Good evening.
Hello, hello.
I'll give you a little bit of an insight into my character. My name is Horns. She's a tiefling bard. She was born north of Faldria in Beos and lived with her parents and didn't have any siblings. Her father left to fight to aid in the rise of King Desmond III and has never returned since. And kind of following the war and collusion that happened over in Faldria, they moved south. They moved south to Theresius, where they worked in a lumber yard. And since then, there was not a lot of excitement in Theresius. You know, Horns really didn't like that kind of setting. It was too plain. It was too emotionless. Horns thrives off of emotions. And with her trusty fiddle intact, crafted by herself, she has headed north out to an adventure.
Awesome. And then, Healy, you good? You ready?
Kinda.
Go ahead and just tell us a little bit about you.
Everyone has to learn about Healy the way Healy's learning about Healy.
That's the most Healy thing I've ever heard.
Healy is a wood elf who woke up in the woods one day. No idea who she is, but she has a cool little squirrel named Squealy.
Healy and Squealy.
Perfect.
All right, so
She has no real backstory. Just full vibes.
not yet. So, with that, just to catch everybody up on what had just happened in the last session. So, you all had arrived in Flamehearth. Each of you had your meetings with Albergine Snell, the representative of the Crown, who determined your worthiness for being part of the expedition. Eventually picked each of you to be part of the team and provided you with the funds to supply yourself 50 gold each. And then 2 of you went off to the medical district to try to find any information on any flora in the New World, a bit unsuccessfully. The other 2 went off and had some shenanigans in the market district looking for one Irisa Brook. Eventually finding Irisa Brook after some shenanigans. You all, with the exception of Healy and Horns, went over to her house to have dinner with her. And dinner was interrupted at the just after dinner was interrupted by the sound of somebody in pain as they were hit by a mine spike as they tried to go in through the window. Yes.
Wanted to make one minor note of correction. You had said that we got 50 gold. I believe it was 50 silver.
No, it was 50 gold.
It was gold.
It was 50 gold? Oh.
Yep. 50 gold each.
Got that wrong. Holy cow.
Yeah, because you broke it down. No, you broke it down. That's what you did.
Yeah,
Right,
so you
I
have
specifically
500 silver.
Yes.
And for the people that are joining us in stream and on the chat, hello. Thank you all for coming here. Thank you for the follows, the subs, all that stuff. I do apologize. I won't be doing a whole lot of talking with chat while the stream is going because I'm going to be dungeon mastering. But know that I am super excited to have you all in here. I hope you all enjoy. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. So, for the people that were in the Brook residence. You hear the sound of a scream of pain as coming from one of the windows. What do you do?
Maximus is just going to calmly stand and proceed outside. No word said to anyone.
Zamtrak's going to jump up and follow him.
All right, Zamtrak, you jump up and go to follow. Amarasi?
I'll do the same.
All right, so the three of you are going to go out to investigate. Boss, you had already departed. You were outside of the temple, if I remember. And then you headed to find a place to lie your head that would not be within radius of Dude Man.
Dude, bro.
All right, so the three of you step out. All three of you, please roll a perception check.
Okay.
I got a 5.
That is a dirty 20. Not a nat 20. Dirty 20.
Still, that's good. Amarasi?
Yep, I got a 15.
15. So, Zamtrak and Amarasi, you all hear the sound of footsteps taken off down the alleyway around the corner.
Gonna follow that way.
So you turn the corner and you see the person running and then turn at the end of the alleyway.
While they are giving chase, I'm going to reset the rune and attempt to follow.
So I'm just gonna, I guess, sprint after him at this point.
All right.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Amarasi?
Yeah, I guess I'll go to investigate the sounds.
All right. So with this, you all are given chase, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So the chase hasn't started. For those of you that don't know, I'll do a quick explanation of how chase works. A chase works. So, basically, based on your distance, the person who you are chasing has the highest initiative. The rest of you have initiative behind based on how close you are. So it will be Zamtrak. What's your movement? You started moving first, right?
Yes, movement's 30.
And Amarasi, yours is 30 as well?
Yes.
All right. So the initiative will be the person that tried to break in, Zamtarak, Amarasi, and then Maximus. So that's going to be the initiative.
Make sure if they're trying to do any saves or anything like that, they have to subtract a d4 from their next save from the Mind Splinter.
Thank you for the reminder for that. So the way that a chase works in D&D, basically, you are just giving chase based on your movement speed. If you are trying to move your maximum movement speed every turn, you can do that a number of times equal to 3 plus your constitution. And then for each dash after that, you must succeed on a DC 10 constitution check or take a level of exhaustion. And if you reach 5 levels of exhaustion, your speed becomes 0 and you cannot chase anymore. All good?
Yep.
Also, if the person you are chasing breaks line of sight, they can roll stealth to lose you, and you have to roll perception against that to continue the chase. So, the target had just gone around the corner to the right. So, Zamtarak, you're up.
I'm going to try and sprint after him around that corner.
All All right. Make a perception check once you come around the corner.
Right. That's gonna be a 13.
A 13. You don't see him. Amarasi.
Oh, it disappeared.
Quick thing, my walking speed is actually 35.
35. Okay, so when you end this, you will now be next up in the turn order.
Okay. Yeah, I chased through the alley.
All right. Roll a perception.
15. Again.
You just barely catch sight of him ducking down a alleyway to the left, and you know he's there.
Okay, is it a free action to yell that out to the rest of the group? Or-
I'll give that to you. Yep.
Okay, I yell it out to the rest of the group. I'm like pointing at the alleyway, and I say, "He's right there. He's going down there."
Yep. So the next alleyway is about 20 feet diagonally across the street.
Hello.
Hi.
So, I'm guessing that. So, like, he's gone around the house and now is ducked across the street, effectively through the alleyway.
So he went down the alleyway that your mind spike was at, went right, and then went 20 feet diagonally, and then ducked left into the street, into the alleyway.
Okay. Because, like, while resetting, I wouldn't have given chase immediately.
Right.
I was going to go the opposite way around the house to kind of cut him off.
Okay. So you cannot use the dash since you are resetting the
Correct.
trap. So what's your movement speed?
30.
30? Okay. So you can move 30 feet around.
Would I have... Do I need to give you another perception to see if I had possibly seen him do the duck into the alleyway?
So given the direction that it was, you are going to have a fairly high DC to reach for perception to hear him. You cannot see him.
Well, let's try for the year then.
But you did hear Amarasi call it out that he went down that alleyway, so. What's up?
Order pizza.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Yeah. You hear him, and you hear that he is moving not around the house, but away from the house, kind of in a north direction. Given that the slums are kind of at the northern end of the Brook residence is at the northern end of the slums, it's starting to break more towards the business district.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us back over to our ne'er-do-well who is trying to escape. All right.
I still love the idea that it's Healy. He's like, I just want to be part of the team.
All right. So the Amarasi, you see the thief like run to the end of that alleyway and stop to take a breath.
Okay. I'm gonna chase him and try and grapple him, if I can get there.
Given the distance, I'm going to say it's going to be just out of reach for you to actually catch up to him.
Okay. Then instead I'm going to...
There will be about a 20, based on your movement, if you were to use a dash, there would be about a... Actually, no, if you were to dash, you could catch up to him, but you wouldn't be able to do any action with it.
Yeah. I'm going to try and get to the end of my movement and throw a dagger at his leg.
Okay. So go ahead and make a attack roll for me.
Okay. Did you want that done in roll 20? Or?
Yes, please.
That one dice fine. Okay. A second to get back in roll 20. Dang it, roll 20, let me use my dagger. There we are. Not great.
Yeah, that does not hit. But the sound of it did alert him that you are back on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
He is currently about 45 feet away from you down the alleyway.
Okay.
So, Zumtarak. Oh, actually, Amarasi, were there any other things? There's not really much else you can do, but any other things, bonus actions, anything?
No, no.
All right, Zumtarak, you're up.
I'm going to keep running after the guy. How
right.
far? He's further from me than from, so.
Yep. So you'd have to use a dash. You would still be about 20 feet away from him.
Okay. Basically, I just got to run after him until he gets tired, I guess.
So you're using your dash?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
Also,
running after him and being like, stop, thief.
For everybody, please keep track of how many times you can use the dash before you need to start rolling Constitution saving. So it should be minimum 3 plus whatever your modifier is for Constitution.
I have 7 dashes I can use. Ooh.
He's a fast dragonborn.
I am super. I'm speed.
I am speed.
And he's very dashing.
Ha! I get it. All right. And Zeptrek, you're not doing anything else? Just kind of getting close, trying to catch up?
Yeah.
All right. Maximus.
Is there any 10 to 12 foot buildings I could possibly hop up on using my wing to get me up there?
You'll have to make a roll. Which would you...
Yes. It'd be athletics.
You're going to use athletics? Mm-hmm. Make a roll for me.
21.
Yeah. The building you're next to, you're able to kind of climb up from some of the holes in the rocks and the stone to get up into onto the rooftop.
Okay.
It does use your regular movement speed, though. So if you want to continue further, you will need to dash.
Even using my wing as support to get me up there?
It's...
No.
Do you have a climbing speed?
I don't. I do have a 10-foot hover speed. That's what we had discussed.
Because normally your climbing speed is half of your normal movement speed. So you asked if there were any, you said like
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Use the wing to kind of like help me get that up to grab and then climb.
Yeah. So the roll was to see if you succeeded in climbing, and you did.
Okay. Just curious.
But it did use up. It used up 20 to. So it used up 10 because the building is actually a little bit taller because these are townhouses.
Right.
So it did use up your regular movement speed. So
okay, that's fine. Then yeah, I'll dash to start like moving from rooftop to rooftop to kind of keep a visual down on the assailant.
All right. So from where you climbed up to the edge of the rooftop is about 10 feet. Mm-hmm. It's a 20-foot gap to reach the next one. Go ahead and make an athletics check to jump the gap.
Okay. Aw, 9.
I will give you a little bit more because you do have the wing. You jump and you are just clinging on to the edge. You barely caught it, kind of like hit it chest high. So your arms are just up on it. So you will need to use a action to clamber up next one.
Okay.
All right. So back to the person who's running away. Sorry, give me just one moment.
I don't know how to order the pizza.
Are you okay with ordering once we hit the break?
Yeah, what's the break? Don't laugh at me.
Probably about in like a hour 20.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
All right.
can
Okay.
we roll a d20 that
Oh, that's right.
someone sticks their head outside with a shotgun, like, get the hell off my roof! Gosh darn demon!
Love you.
Love you.
Can we get some Wi-Fi? There's some Wi-Fi. Love you bunches.
Oh,
All right. So the thief, having been alerted by the dagger thrown by Amarasi, begins to take off around the corner, hits a dead end, and needs to climb to get over. And as soon as he starts trying to climb, he is just like, he gets like a foot up and slides back down, and he is just jumping, trying to climb. So Amarasi, it goes to you. He is currently 30 feet away from you. Amarasi, you're muted, just so you know.
I will just run up to him and try and grapple him then.
All right. Then make a strength roll for me, please.
All right, strength, don't fail me now.
What'd you roll?
7.
He gets out of that.
Yeah, pretty easily, I'd guess.
All right. Any other action? Well, that was your action and that was your movement. So anything else?
Nope.
All right. Zomtarak, I will say you can catch up to them, but given that it's a narrow sort of alleyway and Amarasi is going to be in between you and the person running away, I will let you try to grapple, but it will be with disadvantage because you are reaching over and under Amarasi.
how wide is this alleyway?
I'd say it's like really narrow, no more than like 3.5, 4 feet wide.
Yeah, it's really skinny.
It's very skinny.
So I'm just going to kind of run up behind Amarasi and I guess try to... Basically, I want to just try to body press Amarasi against the guy against the wall. And just literally lean against the two of them to stop them from being able to move and go, hey, why are you running, bud?
This is a type of non-consensual hugging I don't appreciate.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength roll for me.
Okay.
This one's not going to be at disadvantage. Amarasi, are you going to be resisting against him pushing you into the culprit?
No, I'll just go with it, I guess.
You'll just go with it? All right. He is going to be trying to not get pushed.
Okay.
What'd you get?
That's a nat 20. With,
Oh!
with you said this was a strength check, right? Not
Yes.
like athletic, just strength. Okay, then it's a 23.
So, yeah, he after breaking out of the grip, he was trying to turn around and grab onto the wall to like climb up. You have him just smashed up against the wall completely unable to move.
So I was just like, where were you going, buddy? Looks down, is like, sorry, I'm just gonna hold him here.
And you are now out of initiative. The chase has ended. Because you have caught him.
Still gonna try to stick to the roof to catch up to him.
All right.
I'm well
So
behind.
You clamber up. I'm not even going to ask you to roll for it.
Thank you.
You clamber up. So yeah. So you're asking him like, "Hey, what are you running for?" And he's just like pressed up against the wall. He's just like,
I didn't do nothing. I was scared because you started chasing after me.
You screamed when you tried to climb in a window because there was some kind of booby trap, I assume?
You don't know that was me. You're crushing me. I'm having trouble breathing here.
Oh, are you? Okay, well, do you work for anyone in particular?
I work at the market. I sell vegetables.
Really?
Please, I'm kind of getting light on air here.
Oh, are you? Okay. Well, I'd like to know, why did you run?
Like I said, I was running because you was chasing after me.
So, but you didn't do anything wrong.
I did, and you can't prove I did.
Oh, see, that's the wrong kind of thing to say. Because that implies that you did something else wrong, and now I want to know what that is.
There's nothing you can say or anything you can do to prove that I did anything. Just let me go.
I'm assuming I've caught up by this time.
if you had decided to come down from the rooftop, yes, you could have caught up by now.
Oh no, I'm still gonna like rooftop to rooftop, and then just kind of be standing over. Was the
Okay.
like think of me? Yeah, I was like think of me more like a not as smart Batman at this point in time. Just like brooding over the thing, watching, just like
Justice.
Yeah. Okay, well, how about I will let you up as long as you just don't run away and we have a talk.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Or actually, persuasion or intimidation, whichever you prefer.
I'll do intimidation because I am physically just leaning on this guy.
Yeah.
I weigh 375 pounds, so it's not a little bit of weight.
Yeah. Rossi, what are you doing while this is all happening?
Being very uncomfortable, I imagine.
I'm just getting squished in my hug here, you know.
That's a 17 intimidation.
Yeah. He's,
Fine. You have my word. I won't try to run away. Just please let me go. I'm having trouble. I think I'm about to pass out.
Oh, okay. Zom's gonna kind of back off a little. He's gonna stand at the end of the alleyway and just be like, "All right, you're up."
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to suffocate. Right, look. I didn't do nothing. You can't prove I did anything. Just let me go. Right?
Why were you trying to go in someone else's window?
I didn't try to go in someone's window. What are you? Are you accusing me of trying to break into someone's house?
Yes.
Well, hang on a second. Make an insight check.
Okay.
it's like yes.
Oh, okay. That's a 19 insight.
Yeah, he's lying. He's straight up lying to you.
It's just like, look. I don't care what you were going in there for. I don't care why you were doing it. I just want to know, are you working for anyone in particular? Did they send you to that house specifically? Or were you just looking for quick money?
All right, look. Maybe I tried to peek inside someone's window, right?
Right.
And then shooting pain, and then people chasing me. So yes, I ran.
I mean, that's understandable. Very reasonable to suddenly feel shooting pain and being like, oh, I should get out of here.
Things have kind of been slow over at the market. I haven't been able to sell all the cabbages and potatoes, right? So yeah, I took a chance.
Well, I'm sure you've learned a lesson today.
I guess I have. So what happens now?
Well, I don't know the laws here, but I guess which hand did you use to try and go in that window?
Why do you want to know?
Because thieves deserve to be punished.
He holds out his left hand.
Zom draws his glaive and acts like he's going to cut the guy's hand off. He literally raises it up like, okay, I'm going to punish you now.
He is cowering and begging for mercy.
And then with his offhand, he's going to slap the back of the guy's hand and go, don't do that again. And then he puts his weapon away and is like, be a better person. You don't need to steal.
Jesus.
Thanks.
Sure thing. Have a great night.
You too.
And he just turns and walks away.
Amarasi?
I'm just gonna idly follow, like, totally stunned by just being squished against some random guy still.
So I was just like, sorry about that. I just didn't know, I didn't want to reach around you, so.
Yeah, makes sense.
Body press is okay. Reach around's a little bit far. That's...
Yeah, you know. We'll keep the hugging for another day, though. Please.
Maximus?
Since I won't suffer fall damage, I'm actually just gonna like fall. I'm gonna pretty much like kind of toss myself off the rooftop into the alleyway in between where they were and the would-be thief is, and just look over and be like, next time.
So, real quickly, as soon as you drop down, he was midway through rubbing his right hand. And as soon as you drop down, he's just, Jesus Christ!
I am the knight.
But
Where are the drugs going?
What are you doing with your voice? Should have tried something else. Anyways, I'm gonna, when I drop down, he freaks out and be like, next time, leave them be. Don't go anywhere near that house. And tell whoever you know that house is protected. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And you all you leave? All of you? Mm-hmm. All right. Where do you go from there?
I mean, we were having tea at someone's house. Should we go back there and just be like, sorry, we took care of that guy?
I actually am gonna head back to the siren. Go sleeps.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
It's a long night. We have things to do tomorrow.
We have 3 weeks until we have to leave.
We have things to do tomorrow.
Oh, well, okay. You're busy. That's fine.
We're busy. We have to meet. Fuck, what's his name?
We're busy.
Hold on.
You have to meet somebody tomorrow.
Consult the notes.
Also, I thought it was funny. I was like, what does Arma do? Arma pulls out gun and shoots person. Yay!
No, Batman doesn't use guns, and neither do I.
Perhaps you might have thought that because my master does not have a propensity towards violence, that I would do the same. You are woefully and regrettably misinformed.
Fucking Alfred. That was the greatest quote he's ever used.
All right. But just as a reminder for the people that are searching through notes, it is 3 weeks until the voyage departs, but tomorrow you are set to meet with Lord Darrigan.
Darrigan. I wrote it down as Durgan. So
yeah.
Lord Durgan.
Well, I mean, it was said by Albergine Snell, so you can be forgiven for writing it like in a multiple of it. Tomorrow you will meet with Lord Darrigan. What was that, Healy?
I called him Snail, Mr. Snail.
Oh yeah,
Many times.
That's his name, Purple Snail.
Exactly.
All right, so Maximus is heading back to the tavern. Amarasi, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna idly follow the group.
Well, the group's splitting.
Potentially. Zemtrak, what are you doing?
I was suggesting we go back to the lady's house and apologize, let her know that the burglar was taken care of and that we appreciated the evening, and basically just leave. Because we sort of all, there was a shriek outside of her house and we suddenly all left.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm still not going back, but yeah.
No, that makes sense.
All right. So, Maximus, you head back to the tavern. Amarasi, who are you following?
Probably still going to the tavern.
All right, so you're following Maximus.
Yes.
All right. So, Zamtarak, you head back over to the Brook residence. And Irissa is sort of sitting close to the door when you go back and knock, and she cracks the door open to see who's there and sees it's you and just breathes a sigh of relief and opens it the rest of the way and just, I don't know what happened. Is everything all right?
It's all good. There was a would-be thief who I guess was having a bad day in the market. He's been dealt with, and he won't be doing that again. And other than that, I would highly suggest that you and no one else try climbing in your windows from the outside, because they've been protected. Other than that, thank you for the evening, and I guess we will seek out your husband when we travel. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the protection, and thank you for delivering the letters.
Of course.
And please do stop by if you have a chance before you depart.
Will do. Is the scream didn't wake your daughter, did it?
She was a bit scared, but after a little bit of hot tea, she's resting now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll come back with good news.
Yes, and thank you again. Thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good night, Arissa.
You as well. And then she closes the door.
If you need anything, we're in I'm trying to remember the name of the tavern. We're in a tavern. We're in an inn.
There are many inns, but the Sparkling Siren.
Something siren, yeah.
That's a very good tavern. I've heard very good things about it.
Oh, great. Well, hopefully it'll be a good night then. Thank you.
Be safe on your travel back.
And be safe here. Be careful at night.
And then she shuts the door.
He just kind of stands there for a moment and nods I guess that went well, and walks away.
This picture Xantrak is like, we're staying at the siren. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's a something.
The something siren. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you head back to the tavern. You all arrive at the tavern, and I assume you all spend the night.
Actually, I was thinking funny while we were waiting. When we get back to the tavern, I'm going to take my greatsword back off back off my back, and then put it back to the barkeep and be like, can you hold on to this again for me?
Oh, right, yeah, I can hold on to that. He takes it and puts it in the back room.
Oh, and don't forget to put the tag back on it, because it's probably sitting on the floor.
I was wondering about that.
Told you.
How did...
Max was gonna.
Never mind. I'll put the tag back on it.
Don't worry, it'll come back.
I don't know what that means, but I'll put the tag back on it.
Thanks. And then he's gonna head up to his room.
All right. I'm assuming Zamtarak and Marasi, you both do the same?
Yes.
Or at least you go back to your...
Go to the room? Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely going to do that. Might have a drink or two. Might sing a little before I go to sleep.
All right. So, you all go to sleep. And for one of you... Well, actually, no, for each of you, you begin to dream. You see each of you from a different perspective. A group of adventurers boarding a ship. A dwarf, old and wise. An older warrior, human. A young elf lady, vibrant and full of life. A dragonborn, full of energy, ready for a fight. And one more figure that you can't quite parse out. And you hear it's a bit muddy. But one of them turns and looks to you. It's the dwarf. And he's just packing away a whole bunch of different scrolls and everything, muttering to himself, and then he turns and looks to you and says, "Hey. Look, if we're going to survive going through the Pale, you're going to need to listen to my directions exactly. No one's ever made this trip before. We don't know what we'll find on the other side." And he's putting all this stuff away, and then he turns towards the human. "Derrigan, are we ready for departure?" "Aye, we're ready. Just as soon as the rest of our crew is on board. But tell me, do you really believe you'll be able to navigate us past the Pale? I've always wanted to go down in legend, but never for dying on a fool's errand." "And that's for me to decide, you impudent whelp." And the dream fades. And you're back in your beds. As you awake, did any of you leave your windows open while you slept?
Negative.
No.
Near the ocean?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I would have too.
The two of you, Healy? Tommy Beans, I think you
No.
shook your head no?
No.
All right. So for Zemturok and Amarasi, you both immediately upon waking notice that the weather has taken a little bit of a turn. Light rain beginning to come in and strong winds blowing in. So for both of you, any belongings that were near the window have gotten a little bit wet by the rain being blown into the room. For those of you that don't know, that's our dynamic weather system.
Hey!
And now that we're beginning a new day, I would ask that everybody roll initiative.
Wow.
Oh.
Why am I seeing decimals?
So that's roll 20. It actually acts on a decimal system. So generally best to either decide if you want to round up or down. Or take it straight as.
Why is it? I have never seen it do decimals before.
Yeah, it actually did this with certain other characters. I don't know
what the heck.
I don't know how to fix it.
You have a negative initiative. That's
Here, real quickly. Okay, I was going to say, each of you go over on the side, do a roll 20, and then add your dex to it, please.
Well,
we don't need the decimals on this one.
Okay.
Dang, Healy, just fucking showing up.
Okay, well now I get
Never seen her at all, but she's gonna kick at each of our doors. She's like, "Wake up, motherfuckers! It's adventure
Honestly,
time!"
just very on character.
Yeah.
Have you seen my squirrel?
Squealy is like robbing each of us. We're like, "Whoop." Okay, roll
Ross,
20.
how did yours? You got the D in front of it.
Oh,
Amarasi trying to cheat over here.
You said rolled with what? Dex?
I know what I'm doing.
Roll and then add your dex to it.
There we are. Hey, there we go. That's the little roll I was
Oh
expecting.
my god.
All right. Maximus, no dex modifier for that one?
Oh my god.
All right.
It was 0.
I can't believe it. Oh my god. The most dexterous person we have, and I just.
Okay.
I break my nose because I'm an asshole.
Zemtruk, what's your roll?
I got a 7.
A 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be.
I have no dex modifier. Just a big dumb animal.
And then. All right. Y'all did fantastic. The initiative, should we get into combat, will go Healy, Maximus, Horns, Zantarak, Boss, Amarasi.
beautiful.
That is a terrible idea.
That's what the dice gods have decided. So.
Oh, Amarasi and I are like twinsies, 6 buddies.
Yep, I'm all for my low rolls today, apparently.
Yes.
Have I rolled above a
Figured
10
something
yet?
was gonna happen.
All right, so you wake up. For the two of you that left your windows open, fairly strong wind blowing rain in. What do you all do?
Zom, seeing this, immediately starts praying.
Okay.
Because Volker is a storm god.
Okay.
And he's like, this is a good sign. Great, rain. I love rain.
Oh, yeah, rain on a voyage. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess
Well, I mean-
the day of the voyage yet.
Yeah, you're still a ways away. You're still a ways away from the voyage. So.
Yeah, but if my man's God dang it, praying for more rain.
That's easy for you to say.
Oh, fuck you.
Sorry, let me just drink from my phylactery here.
I swear
I
to
don't-
Jesus. I will send you a brethren after you, you piece of shit.
Hey, you did.
A low blow.
What?
And for like only 3 of us get that reference.
Yeah. Phylactery. All right. So, Maximus, what are you doing?
throw trash away. So can you get in the trash can for me? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna find a wash basin, clean myself up, and prepare to go meet Darrigan.
All right. Amarasi?
I would just like idly close the windows and try and dry off whatever would get wet from the rain.
Did you have anything near the windows?
No.
Okay, then
Still
yeah.
in my backpack.
So it would mostly just be on the floor and stuff like that where the water is. So, yeah, easy enough. Healy, what you doing?
Start off by making my lovely set of good berries.
Okay,
So I have 10 good berries to start my day.
very
And
good.
I assume I'm in the inn
Yep.
and not sleeping in a field somewhere.
Just like,
Or a tree.
not again. No.
I mean, you have the room at the inn, but it's up to you whether you decide whether you
the field.
in the park. Yeah.
That man was not happy.
No, he was not. So it's up to you to decide where you slept last night. But you did pay for the room in the inn, so whether or not you use it is up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I slept at the inn. I went downstairs and say hello to my good friend, the innkeeper, but I never remember his name.
You don't remember Gareth Faust?
Nope.
Give him a different name every time. Hey, what's up, Robert? Nice to see you. He's like, it's Gareth. Yeah.
It's
Thanks,
Gareth
Kevin.
actually, but yeah.
That's right.
Hey, George, how's it going?
I'm fine. Yeah. That's
So I walked downstairs and asked him if he has anything he needs done.
no, not that I can think of. Do you have breakfast on the way for you if you need it?
Okay, is it still going to my room?
At the moment, yes.
Perfect. I'll be waiting for it. And I go back to my room for food.
All right. It's not a hard name to remember. Don't know why. People can't remember it.
last name again?
Faust.
Not what you
F-O-S-T.
call Mr. Faust.
All right.
But he's going to get cleaned up and polish all his armor and weapons and make sure he looks totally shipshape. Get dressed in all of his armor and then realize that he has to eat still and then take it all off again.
Ship shape for a Marine, eh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
Oh dear.
Like I posted in your Twitch, I was like, yeah, D&D and wordplay.
Yeah.
Damn it, where else can you find this?
Only here. Because that's what I deserve. Boss, did you wind up eventually back over at the Shining Siren, or did you just dead set on finding a different?
No, I think we actually, because the decision we made, I decided because it was close, I toughed it out, but I lost like a sanity point because he was like,
Yep.
dude, bro, dude. So,
Could you please help me, dude?
Yeah, Mr. Angel, man.
So for you, after you finally stopped hearing Mr. Dubro begging and pleading with you, just like, please, Mr. Guardian Angel dude, like, can you just do something? I'm stuck in prison, man. Like, I shouldn't be here. And then eventually, partway, just mid-sentence, you're like, please, just silence. Sweet, sweet silence.
His cellmate must have knocked him unconscious finally.
Or the time finally.
The time finally ran out and the connection ended.
Would you just shut up and stop talking to that angel?
That's right. Okay. It's the Shrek meme. Will you shut the hell up for 5 minutes?
Can you please stop praying to Mr. Angel Dude, bro, for 5 minutes? And then you had the dream, and now you've woken up a little bit tired.
Nah.
But you've woken up. So what do you do?
I'm gonna I'm probably hungry, so I'm gonna make my way down. When I leave my inn, I'd like to seal the window, just make sure it's locked, and then see if I can lock the door behind me.
All right. Yeah, you can.
So I'm just gonna shuffle.
You head downstairs, and Gareth sees you. Oh, good morning, Mr. Fight. We got some porridge on if you want some breakfast.
Please.
Right. Anything you want with it?
Bread.
All right. Yeah. He's certainly a chatty one.
Oh, also, so if this is all happening at the same time, ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Do I clock Healy going down and come back up?
Yes.
Because she wasn't here, but because we all waited around and we saw her get one of the notes, right?
Yes, before any of you went in, but just as you all went into the waiting room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
so she left.
By the time we came back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will make note. Obviously I'm tired, but I'm like, So yeah, I'm just going to. This is me in real life. I'm probably gonna sit there and just not look at. Is there coffee in this world?
It is a rare commodity.
Okay, I was just like, coffee, please.
Hot tea.
It's a bit expensive.
Just bread and that's right. Yeah, coffee, please. Yeah, coffee.
It's a bit expensive. We don't typically go for the higher price goods.
Okay.
That's why you're being served porridge and not bacon. I can bring some tea.
Sad noise.
I can bring some tea, maybe.
No, thank you. That's fine. And then he's gonna lean over, probably about a foot from the bowl, just and just kind of use the bread to just. The bread is more the spoon. It's a device to just chuck porridge. Boss is not a morning person.
Oh no, you're gonna hate Zomtarok.
I was like,
Zomtarok comes down with a song on his lips, and future in his heart.
Zomtarok comes down after being awake since 4 a.m, before the sun cracked at dawn, and comes downstairs and oh, boss, how are you doing? Sits down, turns to the innkeeper, and is just like, I'll have a whatever he's having and a cup of whiskey, please.
Right, cup of whiskey and some porridge and bread. Coming up.
You can't say you've been drinking all day if you don't start early.
So he goes back, starts getting stuff ready. At about this time, Horns, were you in the tavern as well? I'm assuming you...
I was.
All right.
I was. I had a lovely night's sleep. Woke up, rolled out of bed. Had a nice little stretch, tuned the old fiddle, and came down with a nice little spring in my step. Nodded hello to Derek the innkeeper, and got myself a breakfast.
Derek the innkeeper. Oh my god, this guy's getting no respect from any of us.
I know, none whatsoever.
You're like, I don't talk to both wrong.
Do you call him Derek?
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and say it however you want.
So I kind of come down the stairs, all quite sprightly, fiddle in hand. I'm kind of fine tuning it a little bit, and I just kind of turn and nod and say, "Oh, good morning, Derek. I'll have a breakfast just out over there, please."
It's Gareth. Yes, I'll get your breakfast right over.
Thank you so much, Graham. Appreciate it.
I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Graham. Hey, what's up, Graham Norton? How you doing?
Got a little bit of a virus this morning. I was thinking about it all night. If only there was some way I could have something to combat that.
Let's say no.
Okay. But yeah, so he's now heading to the back. As you were, because you caught him just as he was leaving to get some porridge, bread, and whiskey for Zemtrak. You see a half elf that is sort of leaned over his bowl, just grumbling, and a minotaur sat next to him, just wide awake and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed.
I have a logistics question.
Yes.
Did we also see horns there at the inn?
No.
Okay. Just catching.
No.
Okay.
She had arrived, been seen, and departed before any of you got to the.
Horns get shit done. She's like, I gotta go.
I'm quick. Don't mess about.
Zom would wave to her when she comes by because, like, oh, good, another person who's not like.
Hans notices, sits next to Zam, and kind of says, "Good morning. How are you feeling today?"
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. Unfortunately, I think my friend here's must have had a rough night.
Oh no! What possibly could have gone on with your night?
Nah.
Bad dreams.
Hans lets out a little sort of grunt of happiness and says, "Well, is there anything I can do to help?"
Coffee.
Do you have coffee?
Well, I can't perform coffee, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
Nah. Back to eating.
I mean, I guess if you know any shanty songs, I love those.
Hans kind of racks her brain, thinks of any shanties that she knows, and then starts kind of just tuning a fiddle a little bit and says, "Oh, give me a second. There's one coming to me right now." And she kind of waits and waits. And here we go. And it starts plucking away at a fiddle and plays a little shanty, kind of has a little sing-along for a verse. And
Zom sings.
All right. Both of you make a performance. Both of you roll performance, and for boss, roll a Constitution save for me.
Oh,
How? What you need to beat determines on how good their performance is.
Oh, all right. I'll wait till they both roll then, so I can see. So I'll try to will in. But I mean, a 20 performance is good. Thank you, Bard. Maybe this is actually. I'll wake up and like. I'll open both eyes.
that's the end
When
of the
this
game.
happens,
was
Healy
that?
runs down. When this happens,
Oh.
when you start performing, Healy is running down, thinking it's another bug. Like, is there a giant bug? He goes running downstairs.
All right, you run back downstairs.
I got a 19 with a +5 performance.
Ooh.
24 to sing.
All right. Yeah.
Just bawling out.
Yeah.
What would you do with a drunken sailor?
Yes, that's the one.
So
rolled a
it's
10.
it's noisy, it's boisterous, but it's at least pleasant to the ear.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not your thing this early in the morning, but at least it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah. Okay. Both eyes open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really sad that it's not any bugs, and just go back upstairs. Okay.
Hans definitely notices Healy come downstairs, glances over, sees that she doesn't join in, and goes back upstairs. And doesn't.
Wait, but before I go upstairs, I throw a good berry.
Who are you throwing it at, or are you just throwing it anywhere?
Throwing it.
Roll a d4 for me.
I love that.
Come on.
Does anyone else watch
wait, I didn't mean to
PvP
do that
Bridge?
too.
Century.
Try
Zamdrak.
that again.
No, you rolled it. You rolled the d4. Zamdrak, dexterity save. Dexterity roll to or sleight of hand. Dexterity to see if you catch it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sleight of hand. Let's go with that. Sleight of hand.
12?
Yeah, you like fumble a little bit, but then you catch it. Kind of takes you off step in your song, but then you get back into it.
Oh man, I was hoping you roll a one and it falls in my soup.
Oh no, I was more worried I was gonna roll a 1 and then like it would go right down my throat and I'd be like,
It's a good berry. You
Butchers the
can't
whole
die.
song.
That's right. Oh, that's fantastic.
What do you do with
It knocks him down. It knocks him down to 1, and he can't die. He's like, what hell am I caught in?
I don't know if any of you are tall enough to give me the Heimlich.
Probably not.
No,
Or strong enough. Maximus, what you doing?
I am not coming downstairs because it is too noisy.
All right. I'm Rossi.
I'll probably just be writing in my journal for now. No, don't have much to do.
All right.
Can lead them to their chaos.
So Gareth comes back out, puts out 2 more servings of porridge, serving of whiskey for Zamtarok, and then is like cleaning his hands off. All right. Anything else you needed?
Coffee.
I'm sorry, we don't carry coffee. Look, if you pay extra, I could send someone out to the market to see if they could even find coffee. Don't know if we find it.
Fast as I can, I whip a gold on the table.
That might be enough for one serving. Right then. And he takes it.
How long are we here? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
10 gold.
All right, that'll be a bit more then. All right. Won't be any charge once we get it in, if we get it in, since we already paid for it. But
I pull back the.
Did I miss something?
If coffee?
boss just paid for them to go send someone to get coffee.
Oh, nice.
Right. Yeah, so won't...
I've been 10. Okay.
Yep. So won't be today. Hopefully tomorrow. We'll see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone else set?
Hans kind of nods as if to grab Geralt? I'm going to keep butchering this name.
Gareth.
Gareth.
Gareth, that's the one, Gareth. I say, oh, hey. I say, oh, hey, Gerald, can I get a whiskey as well, please?
Of course.
A lady of culture.
Of course. I see, this is why I'm never going to land a wife. He starts going through and pouring another. And then he sets it down in front of you. All right. There'll be no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then he heads to the back and gets another serving to bring up to Healy. After he does so Healy, you hear the knock on your door, and he hands a tray over of some porridge and some water for you. He knocks on first Maximus's door.
As he starts to knock, I'm actually like opening the door at the same time, pulling my hood down some. I go, oh, that's Gareth. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you needed any food brought up or if you were fine.
No, I'm coming down to eat.
Very good.
Do we have tea ready?
Not yet, but we can get some ready for you.
Thank you. I'm just gonna hand him a piece of silver.
Oh, thank you very much, Master Primordial.
Well, just keep sucking up, Primordial. That's fine.
And then he's going to go over and knock on Amarasi's door.
Amarasi just will be like, yeah, what's up?
It's Gareth. You're the innkeeper. Just wondering if you needed any breakfast brought up to your room.
No, I'll be down in a couple minutes.
All right, very good. How soon should I expect you? I don't know. Before the morning rush comes in, things might get a bit busy. I want to keep a table ready for at least a seat ready for you.
He just instantly opens the door and is like, now.
Very good. Yeah. So he heads back down and he starts prepping some more. So you are now, with the exception of Healy, who's eaten up in a room, all down in the dining area of the tavern. How do you all sort of take your time with the food, or are you going to be heading out here soon?
No.
No?
Yeah, was there a time posted for when we're supposed to meet Darrigan?
In the late morning.
Okay. And I'm assuming it's still early morning when this is going on. So I would take my time with my food.
I'd say it's probably about 9 o'clock because you guys were up pretty late chasing after some people.
That's fair.
Except for Boss, Horns,
not a morning
and
person anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm just basically just plowing through his food and then going to put all his stuff back on.
All right.
Once he's done singing.
Haley?
I lived with squirrels for 5 years, so I ate it very fast.
Healy?
She
Oh, sorry, not Healy.
I was like,
I lived with squirrels for 5 years.
we just had one of those like Zoolanders. He's like, I literally just told you that.
No, I apologize. This may happen in the future. I don't know why sometimes I do this thing where it's like I'm looking at another person and knowing that they have a different name, but for some reason I'm saying it. It's weird.
I just start making a different story every time.
Horns.
Horns eats fairly quickly. I like to make sure I'm prepared in the mornings, ready and good to go. I kind of scan the room and work out how my other sort of compatriots are feeling, how their mood is, and I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards what Zam is doing, primarily because Zam has a very similar positive, high energy on a morning.
I am just going to real quickly interject that they do not know you are part of the crew, and you similarly do not know yet that they are part of the crew.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm
As
just
far
kind
as-
of getting a sense of energy from everybody.
Yeah.
Vibe check.
Exactly that.
Not a vibe.
It's not a vibe.
And then Amarasi.
I'm gonna pretty quickly eat.
All right. So I assume most of you leave at about the same time. Does anyone sort of lag behind?
Generally, Boss would eat pretty slowly since he's lethargic in the morning, but even the peppy shanty probably sped things up. So, yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, man.
I'll probably wait for Bosk if he's.
All right. So you all depart, headed to meet with Lord Darrigan. You get over to the town hall. Light rain, quite a bit of gusts of wind going right now. And you make your way to the town hall once again, where only just yesterday you had all been interviewed to see whether or not you would be on this expedition. And the guards. Oh, good.
Sorry. And we just happened to see that Horns is kind of going in that same direction.
Yes. And Horns also sees that for you. Same with Healy.
Oh, you all are coming with us. Oh, that's good.
Oh, we go to
Just
the same
skipping
place?
I think so.
Oh, hell yeah.
Meet you all. I'm Zomtarok Stormfury. Are your name?
My name is Holmes.
It fits.
Horns kind of points to her right horn. So Horns has large, kind of very impressive ram-style horns, and her left one has basically cracked, so it's missing kind of like the bottom quarter, I would say. So it's very clear. It's a very clear crack.
Oh my
And
god,
she kind of points to the horn. She's like, "Yeah, I have horns."
Oh,
It's even in his avatar.
To his bull horns and goes, "Me too."
Hey!
So much in common.
I saw those this morning. They're awesome.
Yeah, I try and keep them clean.
Oh,
Polished.
they're such a pain to look after as well.
Yeah. And then he looks down at the other individual and goes, "And you are."
Who's that?
Hello?
Who's he looking at?
He's looking at
Looking
you.
at you. He did,
Oh. Paying about that much attention, Healy's just like, huh?
Are you also on our expedition, madam?
I'm going on a ship.
Right.
And then Healy pops out
Oh,
and
you
does
have
another face palm.
a friend.
Yeah, Squee pops out, does another face palm, and then like turns towards Healy and he's just like,
That's an incredible squirrel impression.
Oh,
Thank you.
The squirrel face palmed.
yes,
Oh my god, that's great.
yes. Squealy face palmed.
You have a
Yes,
highly
I'm going on
intelligent-
the expedition.
You have a highly intelligent squirrel companion.
Really?
Yeah.
Lulu likes to pick fights. I wouldn't say they're intelligent. And then I look at the broken horn like, maybe I can fix that.
I don't know. I kind of like it how it is. It suits me.
I have a bug too.
It'll grow back
Eventually.
in like 20 years.
Yeah, I've had it a while.
And almost like right on cue as well, as soon as Healy says that she has a bug, you hear like a...
You
So I pull out my cicada and say, this is my bug.
you have a lucky cricket.
It's not a cricket.
Not a cricket. How dare you?
Grasshopper?
It's a cicada.
A what?
A cicada.
No idea what you're talking about.
Have you ever been to the woods?
Yes, in the north.
How have you never seen a cicada? They're everywhere.
It's very cold there. I've only lived in two different places. One is extremely cold and one is extremely dry.
So what bugs do you know?
Crickets and scorpions and camel spiders.
Oh, what's a camel spider?
He like looks at her and for a moment it's like he has a 1,000-yard stare and he goes, "They're horrific beings. They are the bane of existence to anyone who has a sleeping bag. They will get in your sleeping bag and then they will bite you and it's incredibly painful and they bite you all over and by the time you kill them, you have been covered in blisters that ooze and they are terrible sores. Horribly painful. Anyway,
Have you tried giving one a hug?
no, it was in my sleeping bag, my bedroll, and
It was cold.
it didn't like that I moved. So
I
it
mean-
didn't want me to move.
You shouldn't move in your sleep anyway.
Right.
I like, she's like, you're actually being really rude to this bug because it's trying to sleep and it's cold. Make it a big deal.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have
Are
to
you-
agree to disagree.
Are you going on the ship too? I've never seen a ship before. I came
Oh,
here.
well, you're in for a treat. Yes, I am going on the ship too. I've been on a lot of ships.
Are there any bugs on the ship?
Weevils. You should always choose the lesser of the two.
Ha. I see what you did there.
Came back just the right time for that one.
You did.
Wait,
I got
are you
listening the
walking
whole
with us?
time, so
We all roll d6 for psychic damage.
Are you walking with us too?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of look at you and go a little further away from the group. Just kind of like back off.
Do you not
And
like
walk off on the
dragon
side.
points?
I made one really angry at me, and I still don't know how to make it better. So
Was
I'm
it
just like,
him?
no.
Okay.
And then I just keep walking.
Good talk.
Nice.
Amarasi, you're also walking with them. Do you say anything?
Emerasi is just really interested in the cicada. Just 200% focused in on the cicada, like, ooh, pretty bug.
A lot of Horns' interest is in the books right now.
So you
He's getting ready to pull out a sketchbook, make a sketch of it. It's just so pretty.
do a performance check if you're going to do a sketch.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a
Let's
nat
see.
one.
You draw a stick, followed by a few other sticks, and then 2 antenna light sticks.
I see it and go, that looks perfect, and throw a good berry.
Sleight of hand to catch.
Do you do this all day? You just throw berries at people like treats?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hey,
Like
how do
half
I
the
get a
town
good
has
berry?
good berry.
I want a
And I
good
toss
berry.
you
Can I
one.
get a good berry?
Wait, are you throwing a good berry at me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sleight of hand to catch.
Can I just, say that I totally miss it? I'm so intensely focused on this sketch
Sure.
that I just have it hit my face, and I'm like, what was that?
So it just hits the ground after it hits your face.
I go, okay, and then toss Horns a good berry.
Sleight of hand to catch. Yeah, you catch it.
I catch the good berry, I then throw it up in the air and then catch it in my mouth.
Oh, I'll let you choose between sleight of hand or acrobatics to see if you succeed.
I'll go with acrobatics.
All right.
Oh, no.
You throw it up in the air and it hits your chin and you just barely catch it again.
Oh, it's part of the performance. I'm just breaking the ice. And then I kind of fumble the good berry and just pop it in my pocket.
So you eventually reach the city hall. The guards ask you to relinquish your weapons again once you reach the hall itself.
Well, we have papers that say we can carry our weapons. Does that not apply to the hall?
No, I'm afraid not. You're going to be meeting with some rather important people, so...
Okay.
Horns confidently... Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, Horns, she quite confidently just walks past, fiddle in hand.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're going to need any weapons you got.
Do you think this is a weapon? It's a fiddle!
My sister was bedded by a bard once. I know what you can do with that.
Oh.
Put it away.
Horns is just stifling laughter while she gives him the fiddle.
He takes it, puts a tag on, gives the other half of the tag to you so you can... Ooh!
Oh my.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're...
Oh my god, it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going.
It was right on top of him.
Yeah, the weather here decided to get into character based on the weather roll that I did. I need to use this power for good.
I do like that it's a continuing theme in D&D that bards are their own worst enemies. You're like,
Yeah. But yeah, so he puts a tag on the fiddle, hands the other half of the tag to you so that you can retrieve it when you leave. And then Zemtrak.
Zamtrak's gonna wait.
All right.
Because he knows it's going to take him the longest.
Who's next up?
I go, okay, I still don't know how to use these. And throw them.
And the guard like stumbles to catch him, like, hand them over, please. Next time, don't just throw them.
Okay. And I toss a good berry.
And he doesn't even notice it because he's already started turning to put everything away. Puts a tag on it. Hands the other half of the tag to you. M. Simmons, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say that I'll have to refund you on those points for the snowball fight. We're not doing those during the D&D game. Apologies. I should just turn off all of those redeem options during the... Anyways. But yeah, so he hands the other half of the tag to you. And
he's just going to turn over his kopesh.
He takes it, tags it, hands the other tag to you. And we can assume, unless anybody is going to resist this, that you all do the same similarly.
Samtrag disarms Germany.
All right.
He hands him his maul and his glaive and his pike and his 5 javelins and his war pick.
Did you just say D arms Germany?
Yes.
I'm sure nothing bad will come of that.
You know, shakes the brass knuckles out of his sock and hands it over.
Hans is quietly impressed.
Like to be prepared?
All right. So you each turn in your weapons unless any of you were resisting boss.
No, I'll get my weapons, but I'm going to palm that good berry.
All right. You hand him the weapons, and then when he turns around, pick up the good berry off the floor, and it's yours.
I will eat floor berries, damn it. I'm not going to eat it right away, though.
I hate to interrupt, but are we intermissioning soon?
Yes. Are you needing to intermission like right now?
Yeah, I ate something bad, so my stomach's like doing flips.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, here comes another one. Are you all set to... Good Lord, that is shaking the house. We'll go ahead and do intermission. We'll be back at the top of the hour. And we are back. Hopefully everyone had a good intermission.
Hola.
Fantastic.
All right, so you get into the town hall. You've had your weapons handed over to the guards. The guards have given tags back to you in return. And
Tries to keep track of the 8 tags that he has.
Oh, they just gave you one tag for yours.
Oh, okay. Just wrap them all together.
Yeah. They basically just took one. They just lumped your weapons all together, wrapped one string around, and then put the tag on it.
Oh my god! I love naming things. So if somehow Squealy gets a raven, you have to call it Craven the Raven.
I hate where this is going.
Squealy, he leaves Squealy and Craven the Raven.
And then if you get a duck, you have to name him.
Well,
no.
That one's Squealy.
Buck the duck and Squealy the squirrel.
There we go. That's better.
With Healy
The druid.
Healy the...
I like all these great names, and then like the cicada's like Steve. hey Steve.
Doesn't have a name.
Cicada Steve.
Yeah. Sure. Or yeah, like
Cicada's got to have like the ridiculous long noble name. This is Reginald Fitzgerald the Fourth, King of Cicadas.
Esquire.
Esquire, yeah. God, that would have been great to see friggin' Aubergine, like, I'm Aubergine Snail Esquire. Like, oh, really? I have an Esquire, too. Pulls out Cicada. What is this?
What is this presumptuous thing?
In the market. I was like, look at my bug. And he's like, okay.
Also, segment in chat saying, no, surely you call the duck quacking.
Craven,
release the
Craven,
Quacken.
Quacken the duck.
Release the Quacken.
Release the Quacken.
Segment. Oof. Mwah.
And you hear
I can't turn into a flying creature yet. Once I can.
and then as you release the Quacken, you just hear as it runs along the ground. Just
Like a little dagger in its mouth.
Oh no, it's like our own version. It's our own version of Untitled Goose Game, but it's Release the Quacken. No.
Yeah.
Really learned how to sew just to make it a vest.
That means that there is only one remaining animal that you would need after that point to make your menagerie complete.
Oh.
A penguin named Gunter.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If I have a penguin named Gunter, then the cicada's getting named Simon.
Simon the cicada, yeah. That would be funny. The duck like finally hits level 20 and it somehow transforms into a goose. You're like, now it's ready for real murder.
You just made the goose polymorph.
All right. So you head in to the meeting room. Each of you, please roll me a perception check.
I perceive nothing. I got a 1.
Jesus.
I hate all
My
of
rolls are not good today.
That's okay. I got an 8.
1 second.
Does my passive perception of 16 just auto win it?
Oh, right. Yeah. Passive perception is 13.
Mine is 14.
I would say no.
Okay.
This is a pretty high perception.
Yeah.
So essentially, you're walking into the room and you see an older version of the guy that the dwarf was talking to in your dreams, standing there at the table, as well as Snell and a couple other guards and another gentleman that's dressed in armor that looks similar to the guards, but looks a little bit perhaps higher in ranking. And they were talking normal, and as soon as the door opened, they switched to a more hushed tone.
Well, we're here to get murdered.
What?
We don't need kidneys here. Hey.
All right, real quickly. Based on all the rolls that I'm seeing, did anyone get above a 19?
Healy did.
No.
Healy did.
Aside from Healy, everybody else rolled under?
Yeah, that's 18 above what I got, so...
All right, I'm going to ask everybody to deafen except for Healy.
Roger that.
Okay.
All right, so Healy, when you walk in... Also, for the people that are in this, you'd better also have the my stream muted. So, Healy, you walk in, and they are talking about... I'm going to say by default, Squealy also is on the same level as you. So you walk in and they are talking in hushed tones about some reports that they have not been getting back from a few of their posts to the north. And it's the captain that's basically reporting that, so we haven't heard back from our men to the north in some time. I'm concerned that perhaps something could have happened to them. And Darrigan is the one that's responding back, just saying, if anything was to have happened to them, we'll send some men out to check. But at the moment, we've got greater things to pay attention to. All right.
Do I hear anything else, or do I see anything else?
You see the guard kind of look over, see you guys, and then they stop talking about what they were talking about. Everybody else, you're good.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot what good berries actually were.
Yep. I'm not sure if Amarasi's watching.
Yeah.
Who am I walking beside?
Are we good on Devin?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That's what all the thumbs up and then me messaging you in Beyond the Pale saying you're good to undeafen.
I just gotta make sure you're 100% sure.
No worries.
I don't know. Who knows how you're shooting your thumbs up? Like, maybe you're shooting your thumbs up because you got a good berry thrown at you.
Oh no!
I just started making it rain good berries.
You need to get to level 20 for Mass Goodberry. That needs to be spelled.
So people who are closest to you would probably be Amarasi and Boss.
I love that you consider me a friend. I'm so glad we're close.
I'm talking physically.
I mean, I wasn't willing to go that far yet, but we can see.
Oh my.
I'm not going to hit the button.
I kind of lean over to Boss and ask, "What's north of here?" But in like a very low whisper.
Peltharia, right? I gotta look at. I would know this in character, but I don't know it in real life. Shit. World Anvil.
If you don't know offhand, I will let you roll a history check.
Okay. Where are you? Roll 20. History, not one of my major. Yep, not one of my best.
Oh, good. You finally arrived. Please, everybody, come in. We will begin introductions. As Sir Aubergine Snell motions you all to come into the room.
Is there a table, or are we expected to just stand in front of these people?
You're standing, so you're motioned over to a table, and you see, for those who rolled good and above a 14 in perception, a 14 or higher, you see the guard rolling up a map that's on the table and step back to the side of the room.
Samtarak's going to march over to the table and stand by a chair near the center of one side of it.
Was I ever whispered what's north of here?
Nope.
Okay. Then I
Because Boss, based off of the history check, you would have known, but just based on the amount of time from the question being asked to you all walking in, Aubergine kind of cut you off.
Horns walks into the room and sits next to Zam. Stands next to Zam.
As
I look around for a stool.
all right, there's just regular chairs around the table, and Durgan just sort of motions to the chairs. And, please take a seat.
Of course, my lord. Zam sits down.
Just Durgan, please. Have enough to worry about in the day-to-day without these unnecessary formalities. So I'm assuming you all sit down.
Yeah, I just sit down.
All right. So, Durgan is standing at the other end of the table. This. He just kind of motions over to Aubergine. Petulant Wavell has told me you all will be the next crew to go to the New Worlds.
We are, sir.
What's north of here? Is that where the New World is?
He just kind of sighs and he looks over at Aubergine. You're sending someone to the New Worlds and they don't even know where they are. Well, that does not fill me with confidence.
Faldria,
Aye.
to answer your original question, Healy.
The fractured Faldic states. But that is not to be your next destination. Your next destination shall be east of here. Across the Queensland Sea. Beyond the Pale. Right. If you all have any questions about this new world, best ask them now.
What are we
What
looking
kind
for?
of animals are there?
Are there hallucinogenics?
Hellfire, Snell, who have you brought me? These people will not last more than 2 days on those shores.
Speak for yourself, old timer. Not all of us are as
I've
brutal minded as the
5
rest of
years.
these.
What?
Well, that was a little delay.
I plan to last at least long enough to find some good hallucinogenics.
I will last at least 3 days.
Horn starts drumming her fingers on the table.
Perhaps you are not familiar with the first expedition. All of us were certain we were going to return. I'm the only one that's left. I watched as every one of them died. Now, before you go, get cut loose looking for animals or hallucinogenics. I suggest you sort out who will be assuming the rest of your estates in the likely case that you pass. And I do believe you will pass.
Why?
What a wonderful, straightforward question. What do you mean? What?
He slides a journal over towards you. That is a journal of one of my dear friends who perished in the New World.
So you're saying that was a journal of one of your dear friends?
It is a journal of someone who was alive.
So what
Let
did
me-
he do wrong?
Mind your tongue, lad.
Oh.
You may be quick to your tongue, you are certainly not quick-witted. And being a pedant will not save you. As for what happened, it doesn't matter. He's gone.
If we're going out there, I think it kind of does.
Yeah, I beg to differ. The dangers of the New World, if you know of them, are extremely important for us to know.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm sorry. This is he keeping his hand on the journal, or did he slide it over and it's just sitting there?
He slid it over towards Amarasi.
I'll grab it if he's not taking it.
I'll open it up and start reading it.
Okay. Okay. I
Sounds
was like,
nice.
what's Amarazi doing if it's just sitting there?
Yeah, I might as well read it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's basically what we have in the World Anvil as far as the members of the first expedition. So you can see notes from Darrigan that about how each person died, except it's sort of vague. One member ate a poisonous plant and died. Another fell into a river, and her armor was heavy enough that even though she was carried some distance, she sank to the bottom and was never found. Another, the person who wrote the journal, fell from a cliff and died. Another had her throat slit by assassins. And another froze to death.
Oops. Emeros, as he's going through this, looks kind of more and more confused. And he kind of just looks back up at the group and says, well, it seems the majority of these were caused by their own errors.
Everybody roll perception.
Okay.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, I can't have you investigate to see if you notice something.
I got a 19.
I got a 16.
11.
That is a 19.
18.
For those of you that rolled a 17 or higher, you see Durgan's eye narrow. Ooh, boss.
Ooh!
Boss, I'm gonna DM you something. But for everybody that rolled a 17 or higher, you see Durgan's eyes narrow while looking at Amarasi. You can keep going while I type this out real quick.
Yeah.
Errors. What kind of errors, Amarasi?
It says one drowned due to falling in a river and their heavy armor. Another died to eating poisonous plants. These are all skills. I mean, identification of plants in a new world is something you should have.
My question becomes, if those are spark notes, then were they starving? Was the individual who was killed in the river running from something? These are fates that could befall anyone, regardless of how skilled you are.
Agreed, but it's no coincidence they all died in a similar manner. If it were all just coincidental death, then you think it would...
One was poisoned, one was drowned. You said, what of the others?
It was poisoned, drowned. The other one fell off a cliff. And then what was the last one?
Assassinated.
One was killed by assassins, and a fifth one froze to death. So, it could be some amount of negligence or unpreparedness, but the fourth one was clearly not a matter of error. You don't get killed by assassins out of error, usually. You get killed by assassins out of some kind of specific action, usually.
Why was only one assassinated in the group? Did they split up? Did they not have active watch? These aren't specific enough to display any sort of threats to us. Just that there are threats.
It tells me that there is very obviously an area that is probably Arctic, possibly taiga, very cold, so bringing cold weather gear is important. There are dangerous individuals in the land, obviously assassins. If they're organized, then banditry. Possibly a lot of topographical changes, so cliffs, obviously. Definitely want some climbing gear. Someone was killed in a river because of armor, so maybe bring some rope. And poisonous plants killed one, so if there are plants that you can't identify, don't eat them.
Those are all... Point me to a land that doesn't have those threats and worse. Those are all things you should be prepared for.
Your hubris will be the thing that kills you, I can already tell. Each of us...
What the hubris?
He just shakes his head.
She was raised by squirrels.
Oh, that's a hubris joke.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
None of us going to this world were amateurs.
Each of us were people of note. We were not unprepared, at least not in our eyes. But we were unprepared for what rests and waits in those lands.
I mean, no disrespect, but it seems all that has been provided to us is a journal telling us that there are threats. There's nothing specific about it at all.
So, aside from standard adventure dangers of flora, fauna, dangerous individuals, banditry, rivers, weather, and cliffs, you keep alluding to something else being there. Is there some kind of, I don't know, some terrible, creeping, evil death thing out there that was stalking you, or a monster, perhaps? I'm not sure.
He looks over towards Aubergine. Leave us, all of you. And Aubergine tries to object before he raises his hand to stop him. And leave us now. And they depart. And then once the door shuts heavy behind them, he just shakes his head and... You all have been selected to die. Everything, when we went to this new continent, was as if it was made to kill us. A spy master poisoned by a plant. A cleric falls into a river and is washed away. A wizard falls to his death. Does that not sound too simple and strange to you?
It does.
I cannot explain it, how it happened, but it happened. It's as if the continent itself is determined to kill any outside force, like a body fighting off an infection.
Then why are we going?
Because the crown demands exploration, colonization.
Crown can ask things.
A crown can ask. And as those who have accepted the crown's coin, you are obligated to oblige.
Fair enough.
So at what point are we also obligated to return?
When we're corpses, I assume.
If you survive long enough, and you are able to establish a foothold, so that we may be able to send further expeditions, then, once the next expedition arrives, you may return, if you so choose.
So allow me to just succinctly put this together. You're sending the 6 of us to build a colony and somehow get back to you on here, on this continent, from across the ocean, and across the Pale, I might add.
As I said, you all have been selected, in my opinion, to die. I was the only one to return alive from the first expedition. No word has been received from the second.
So what did you do to survive?
I took nothing for granted. I didn't hesitate. and at no point did I assume that I know more than what I do, or did, which is nothing. Because of this new world, aside from the notes that were taken, we know nothing. Even if you believe you know something, you know nothing.
So, follow-up question. How did you get back through the Pale?
I sailed alone and was only able to make it through the Pale by good providence. My ship was destroyed before I could exit, and I washed ashore. But make no mistake, had the Pale wished that I not survived, I would not have. It is not a blessing that I survive, though. It is a curse that I carry with me every day.
So it sounds like the exact thing you accused us of, hubris, was what killed the rest. You say that you had an abundance of caution.
Eventually. At first, I was like the others, believing myself to be more than capable of surviving. It was only after I watched my comrades die one by one that I soon realized. Zabtrak, you were going to ask something?
If I could ask, Lord Darrigan, do you have a legacy, family here on this continent?
I am the last of my name, and so it shall remain.
Then, being that these companions were the last, essentially, good friends of yours, would it not be fitting that you join them? That you return to the new world and try and make a living there until death comes for you as well? At least to be buried in the same soil or the same seas?
No, the crown will not allow it.
I see.
I have been cursed to speak with every new expedition to go as we send them off to certain fate.
The burden of command.
Aye. And when I eventually pass as well, I can only pray that these expeditions will end. But until then, I have a duty.
I understand.
If I were to give one other piece of advice for you all, it would be this. Don't grow too close to each other. It makes it easier to leave each other behind when a certain fate has befallen them. Now, I assume you will have acquired everything you will need for the journey, the voyage.
I've brought most of the things that I need, but my understanding we had another 3 weeks before we were traveling.
Aye. Have you not begun to look into what supplies you may need?
I have. I don't know about the others, but I have.
Not
I
gonna
believe we get an
lie,
insight.
I'm
this
here to find the ship.
What was that?
I'm here to ride a ship.
Classic.
My dear, I believe you will be the first to pass.
Zomtrak
That's
literally
rude.
turns. Zomtrak turns to Keely and goes, "Oh yeah, what was your name again?"
I'm Healy.
Healy. Right, your squirrel is Squealy. That makes a lot of sense.
Also, you don't have to be so mean to me.
This new continent is cruel. Honesty is the least cruel thing I can offer.
Is it though?
Can you offer us a guide onto what items we need to take? What we should be supplying with, since you've already been and come back?
You can prepare as best you can, based on the contents of the journals. A copy will be provided to each of you, should you want it. But I believe anything you bring, the continent itself may deem it not enough. It is not for us to decide what is and is not enough for you. It'll be the continent once you arrive. Those lands are cursed.
And a follow-up question.
Yep, good.
If all you're providing us is a journal, why can't you go with us?
As I said, the Crown will not allow it. Nor would I if they asked it. I have seen enough of those lands. No more.
Fair enough. Here's a good berry.
He takes it and then just sets it on the table in front of him. You all will begin supplying as soon as possible. It will be on yourselves to determine what to bring, when to obtain it. But know that the voyage will leave in 3 weeks' time. If you are not prepared by then you never will be. We will meet again in 2 days' time, at which time I will determine and give my final recommendation to the Crown of your suitability.
Pizza!
Thank you. Thank you.
And in kicks in the guard.
That's real life fidget right there.
I was going to say, some of you didn't believe me when I said I actually married Fidget.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's just a kobold wearing a human skin.
No. It's two kobolds in a trench coat. Let's make sure we get it right, you know.
In 2 days' time, I will reconvene with you and give my final determination on your chances of survival to the Crown. You will depart regardless. But the Geragath royal family wants to be informed of the likelihood of survival so they know whether or not to expect you back.
And are you just going to tell them that we're all dead men and ladies?
At the moment, that seems likely. In 2 days' time, we shall see.
Right.
Well, look, we've had enough of these uprising conversations. May we go?
Aye, you may.
Good. I have a death to prepare for. Thanks.
Prepare well for
Like your
it.
race.
And may it at least be a good one. For the rest of you, what do you do?
Solemnly stands up and follows the way out. She's quite dejected from what she's heard, and the general low mood of the conversation that's had has definitely taken some of the energy out of her.
Zom stands, pulls a little piece of parchment out of his pocket, and basically like a quill or a piece of charcoal, basically, just starts writing down. He doesn't. This has not fazed him at all, and he looks over at Horns and is like, "Horns, what's the matter?"
I don't know. It's planning for your own death.
He's very dour, very much a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, and it just ruins the mood.
Okay.
Look at the group.
Yeah.
We're all preparing for death. It's not what I wanted. It's not where I wanted to be. But I feel like we're getting no answers. I feel like we're not getting anywhere right now.
This isn't the first time that I've had some strict gray-haired officer come to me and go, "You're all going to die, men, but you're going to die well." Blah 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 blah. Blah. It's pretty.
Are you having this conversation still in the same room?
No. Zom's leaving. He's like walking out the door.
Okay.
Healy's behind him.
I'm not going to
going,
say this in front of daring it.
Yeah.
Healy's behind him and interrupts and says, "If I can survive 5 years in the woods, why not? Why can't we do this?"
As you are walking out and talking about this, a certain stuffy bureaucrat is waiting outside and hears you talking about this, and immediately pops up and walks in. Derrigan, tell me, what were you telling them? I swear, if you were telling another crew that they're going to perish, I'm going to have a word with the Garagaths.
He was actually saying it's all sunshine and rainbows, Master Snell. It's pretty good over there. He was going to make a summer home and maybe move there, have a nice family, settle down.
I turn around and say, "What's a Garagath?"
The royal family, Healy. It's the royal family of this country.
Also, are you trying to deceive him?
His words drip sarcasm.
I was gonna say.
He's not like, "Oh no, and like, yes, no, we were going to go build a summer home here."
Snell
These are quite lovely.
You see like a puzzled expression on Snell's face as he's unsure if you're being sarcastic or if you're being serious. And he's just sort of muttering, just like...
Because he's kind of upbeat.
Well, he rolled a 10 on insight, so...
Oh.
I ask him if he's still allergic to good berries.
Yes, I am.
Should get that checked.
Anyways. So he goes back in and starts talking to Derrigan. You hear him sort of insisting that you all should be filled with optimism. So do the rest of you also leave?
Yeah.
Yes from Healy. Yes from Tommy Beans. Yes from Max. Yes from Karoy. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was the first one out, so I hope I'm leaving.
Zom's basically, he's literally like writing with the charcoal as he's kind of side talking to Horns and like making a list of items, basically.
Boss?
I was going to let Amarasa go first. Amarasa's just sitting there.
I was just gonna quickly say, like, he's giving us a very accurate representation of our chances in the new world.
Oh, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, just previously.
And Aubergine just sort of like his eyes narrowed. Accurate how?
Do you not know the definition of accurate?
I don't.
Thank you.
Well, to those uninformed in the room, I believe the definition of accurate is correct in all details or exact.
Aubergine
I
turns.
have a nerd and a dead brain in my party.
Aubergine turns to one of the guards and escort this child from the premises. We will see you in 2 days' time. I hope to not see you before.
An escort? Oh, I've always loved having an escort. So,
Who's the
are we going to go to
child?
the front door, the
I
back
don't see a
door?
baby.
She's so literal. I love it.
And the same guard that had taken your weapon comes in, Amarasi, and just sort of shrugs and like, sorry, it's the job. And like grabs your arm.
Nothing against you, but normally I wait till at least the second date for someone to grab me.
Funny, but I do need you to leave.
He just starts walking out like, okay.
So boss still sitting there. Have been watching. Garrigan. I'm sorry.
Darrigan.
Darrigan. Finally speaks up. How did you learn to cross the pale? Oh, also, I'm sorry. 2 questions. Emirasi had the journal. Did he walk out with it?
I 100% am grabbing it if I can.
All right, yeah, you grab it.
Okay. Okay, so then that's a question.
Well, our dwarf wizard, Iskor, he claims he was able to navigate us. I believe it was only because the pill allowed us to. And whether or not the second expedition was allowed to as well, I know not.
Why were you in my dream last night? And why was I there that moment you just told us?
What did you say?
I just stare.
Darrigan picks up the last few papers and leaves the room.
As he's walking out, I'm going to use my psychic whispers on him.
Okay.
Since let me roll a d6. How long I got him for?
Yep.
Yeah, 2. That's enough. That's enough to harass him a little bit. As he's shuffling and walking out, dreams are windows. They sometimes show us what they want, and sometimes show us what maybe can be. But what I saw in your eyes, when they mentioned the death of your friends, was not remorse. It was something much different. Now, if I was a betting man, and I am, I wonder, those stories in the journal, I wonder how accurate those are.
No response.
Speaking of, also, that second thing is, who had the map? When we walked in, we saw him roll it up.
It was the captain of the guards that was talking with Darrigan.
Okay, so, and he's one of the ones who left when he told him to leave?
Yep.
Okay. Is Snell still there?
Yes.
Just a curt nod. And I'm going to go see if I can step out and find the guard captain.
All right.
Oh, also, I'm palming the second good berry.
Nice.
Motherfuckers just keep leaving good berries
Yeah.
around.
Might as well. It's good stuff to have.
Nobody knows what good berries are. They think I'm just throwing them these berries that get them high.
The captain of the guard is just waiting out in the hall.
Do I see the map on him?
Yeah, it's in his hand.
Okay.
Can I walk up to the captain of the guard and say, "What's going on up north?"
And the captain of the guard just sort of like furrows his brow.
You guys were talking about something about some guys that were dead or something up north.
I certainly hope not. But you're not in the right circles to know about that.
Do you know what circle I'm in?
Not the right one.
I am in the circle of life.
Druid Circle, yes, it's the play.
Now, if you excuse me, I do have things I must prepare for.
Okay, hope you find your dude. And I just skip away and throw a good berry behind me.
The guards already turned and the captain of the guards already turned and started walking, so it just like ting, off the back plate.
Where's everyone else? From where I'm at.
If you're talking to the people that were in the room, the one guard has escorted Amarasi out of the.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, at the very least, the one guard has escorted Amarasi to the foyer where he's giving him his stuff back. For everyone else, I don't know if you've already retrieved your things and departed, or if you're waiting in the foyer.
Some would wait for the rest of the group once he gets all his stuff outside, because we clearly need to discuss.
Yeah, Hans is waiting with Zam.
I start skipping out and then forget that I had weapons turn in, so I run back, pick them up, and then I run back out.
Yeah. Maximus is doing as usual. Oh, you need to pick up your stuff? Yeah. And then just walks out the door and waits.
Okay, so as the guard captain's walking away, putting what she asked about up north and then missing people. Did we ever get the guard captain's name?
Nope.
No. Missing people in the Paltheria states. Not a good bet. Faldric, there you go, sorry. Faldric states, that's right, that's right, Faldria, but then it
I
broke
still
apart.
can't remember the name of it. I'm just like, that place up there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Missing people in the Faldric states.
Maybe some dead guys. No.
Are we all in the foyer as this conversation's going on?
Well, I'm still in the hallway if I only stepped out and saw him, but
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where he's at.
So he was walking past you to go into the room and then through to the other door where Terrigan had left through.
Okay, so missing persons in the Faldric states. She's not wrong about them maybe being dead. But an experienced party, not beholden to the crown, might be able to expedite their retrieval or their whereabouts being found.
The captain of the guard looks over his shoulder and looks back and then leans in. We have people looking into it. You are set to depart for the new continent. You have a meeting which you must not meet in 2 days' time with Terrigan, and it is a 5-day journey to the Faldric States. You worry about your group. I'll worry about my men.
Five days time, 10 days back. That gives us 3 weeks, 7, 14, 21. That gives us 19 days. So 9 days of searching after we meet Terrigan again. Believe me, this is self-motivated. I help you, you help me. It would pay to have a captain of the guard owing a favor.
As much as I would not decline help, it is forbidden for you. You are to stay in the city and prepare for the voyage. The Garagath family wants this voyage to succeed. Anything that impacts that, and heads will begin to roll. Chiefly mine if they find out that I am the one that told you to go up north. Or allowed you to go up north.
Thank you for your time.
He turns around and starts walking away, but he calls back as he's walking. Don't try to leave the city. Please.
Who, me?
Trust that we have people looking into it.
Of course.
And he heads out.
I bend down, I pick up the third good berry.
Yep, there it is.
I was waiting for it.
So was I.
I'm gonna go to the same gentleman who took our weapons was last time, right?
Yep.
Okay. We got it. We got his name last time. I forgot. I don't know. Did he ever give it to us?
He didn't. You could always ask.
You guys are well. Now we're in the foyer, so you guys can probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Sorry,
waiting outside.
I don't want to keep going unless you guys want to do something else.
Zom's basically waiting for the whole party to get out so that he can ask them or talk to them about this list that he's compiled now.
While we're waiting for you, I make a very nonchalant statement, like very meh, saying, that guy wasn't very helpful. My friend at the dock is way more helpful.
Friend at the dock.
You have a friend at the docks.
He was some guy working on the ship. That's how I got to see the ship for the first time. That's how I found out about this place.
Would this be the ship that's supposed to be taking the voyage to the New World?
Yeah.
Oh.
He told me to see Mr. Snail, which is actually Snell.
I could see how they would confuse that because
I like that she explained it as if we all assumed it was snail. She's like, but just for you guys to know, it's actually snail.
Oh, right. I wonder if that's an alias.
And then I just start hanging out with Squealy, just sitting down on the floor.
Healy, how old are you?
I don't know. The guy at the gate said I was 25.
And you are a human?
I'm a widow.
Oh. Okay.
Would you look at that?
Team Elf.
He like looks at her ears and goes, "Oh, all right, sorry."
Fair enough. I don't know. I kind of woke up in the woods one day and lived with the squirrels.
Okay. That is an interesting childhood, I'm sure. So I've compiled a list of what I think we will probably need whenever whenever boss gets here. I think the rest of us are here, right?
Except for myself, I'm actually outside.
Right.
Yeah, Hans retrieves
So-
the fiddle and then waits for the rest of the group to come out.
And Amarasi, you're.
Arrive at the point.
I want to say, Amarasi, have you regrouped with everyone else out in the foyer?
Yeah.
All right. So, boss, what you doing?
So as I go to collect my weapons in a very jovial tone, because last time he was very friendly, and I gave him a gold for all the assistance. Can he? Right, this is the same guy, right?
Yep.
Okay. Fancy seeing you here, friend.
I'm sure you're going to be seeing a lot more of me.
Fair.
Well,
Still getting.
not a lot more of me as in like with less armor, just you're going to see me more often.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was weird.
We're-
Do you have a tag?
Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you. Still getting paid a worthy salary?
Getting paid good enough, I guess.
So, as I slide the tag over, I'm going to lean in and kind of get not conspiratorially close, but like pretty close. It's a shame to hear about those.
Hang on a second. As you start leaning in, he just starts leaning in as well and just like,
Oh, okay. Nice.
he rolled a 4 on insight.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he was reading it wrong.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So he's like closing his eyes, puckering up, and just.
Does Zomtrox see this?
Does Rossi see this?
Anyone who wants to see if they see this, roll a perception.
All right. Please, perception roll. Don't fail me now.
Here we go.
I got a nat 20.
Yes! I got a 19.
18.
Let's say that.
What a vicious use of a nat 20, but worth it.
I'm going to say like 18 or higher, you see it. It would have been difficult because boss is kind of in between, but if you lean over, yeah, you see it.
Okay. I'm seeing what he's doing, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay. I give him a little peck on the lips.
Zom's just like, oh.
And
Holmes
Rossi
lets out an
just
audible gasp.
is totally stunned, like mouth on the floor, like, holy shit, I didn't know he swung that way.
So, okay, but that's like unexpected. That's like an unexpected surprise, but not what I was meaning.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry.
Oh. So, but actually, was he okay? But I'll put my hand on top of his. Don't be. But I did want to mention, and so like putting my hand closely on top of it. I'm sorry to hear about those missing soldiers in the Faldric states. It's the your guard captain told me the terrible news.
We have soldiers missing in the Faldric States?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you might not have been informed. Have you not seen any? Have you not seen your any friends recently that haven't been coming to?
No, I didn't even know we had troops in the Faldric States. I mean, the only people I can think of were up in the Everfen Valley, keeping watch for the border.
Everfen Valley. Maybe I hate to gossip. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
No, don't worry. It's safe with me. Don't worry.
Do I overhear this conversation?
It's going to be too far away since it's a little hushed tones.
Right.
Zom's just like, Horns, did you know Boss was dating this guy?
Honestly, I'm as shocked as you are. We all saw that, right?
I give Squealy a little high five, like, yeah.
Boop.
And Rossi is just like, damn, guess I know who I'm going after.
So, but as he tells me that, I'll stand back as like a little secret between us. Then I give him a wink. But I suppose I should be getting my things and going.
Do we see the wink?
Nope, because his back is to you.
Oh,
Damn. They're
That's
so
the romance.
Unless the guard winks back.
Like,
The guard is just kind of like flushed and like,
Don't worry. see you around.
As you said, we'll be seeing, hopefully, quite a bit more of each other in both ways.
You need to go. You need to go.
Emerald, in a whispered tone, just kind of like bumps into the other two and is like, I got 5 coin that we won't be seeing him much tonight.
I'll take my daggers and walk out.
All right.
As he walks by, Zom's just like, you dog.
You wouldn't believe how often you have to flirt in this line of business.
Wait, that was just an act.
Wait. Flirting is with your mouth? Flirting is with your mouth now?
I'm up for
I
some
haven't been on land for way too long.
Hans begins to hum a wedding ceremonial kind of tune as we walk through the door.
The like sitting in a tree song. Just all whispering.
Yeah, we can go with that. I'm doing it fairly loudly though, so most people can hear. Kind of.
So, once we go outside, Zom's just gonna be like, I have a list. I've ideas.
Does it
Okay.
involve a sweater for my squirrel?
Possibly.
Perfect.
So, from what you read of this journal, there are obviously poisonous things there. So maybe picking up an antitoxin or two might be a good idea. If there's anyone who can make any kind of antitoxin, or maybe a constitutional aperitif or something.
I raise my hand.
Emerosty just finagles with his gauntlet quickly and is like, I have alchemist tools. I know what I'm doing.
Right. Extra tinder boxes. Very important.
I still have my hand raised.
Right. Multiple tents. Perhaps an extra bedroll. 5 sets of metal mirrors. Several 100 feet of string, and at least a few dozen small bells, just cheap brass bells. An extra couple of water skins, several water catchers, enough hot or wet weather gear for everyone involved, and enough cold weather gear for everyone involved. We should probably each keep a journal, a set of climbers kits, a crowbar or two, some fishing tackle, maybe some more, a couple of healer's kits, and several hunting traps or gear. Yes, Healy.
I have an herbalism kit and navigator's kit, if that helps.
That will help immensely. Do you know how to use those?
I think. I don't know. I haven't tried
Great.
yet.
What a great, perfect Healy answer.
So that list of things should get us pretty well stocked. As far as rations go, we may have to bring some extra food. I don't know how many rations or days of food you all have. If we can bring extra, great. I'd really rather not that we burn all of our collective cash on this unless we really have to. So if there's some way that we could finagle the market and say, I don't know, I don't like really to lie or cheat or steal, but if you could tactically acquire some things and perhaps bend the truth severely and maybe miscreantly oblige people of your own acquiescence to their requests so that they will acquiesce to your own.
Lad, just say that we're stealing it. He has like a weird accent.
I'm just gonna real quickly put out there for you guys. It was briefly mentioned when you guys were given the gold. Some of the basic stuff like food, like rations, those kinds of things. The crown is already going to be supplying up the ship with that stuff. The 50 gold is for you guys to supply yourselves with whatever else.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but what happens when we get separated from the ship? Emerosty just like is sitting there like, So what you mean to tell us, in simpler terms, is we need to test our luck with the gods of trickery and thievery.
If you are so inclined.
Listen, they won't take good berries for payment. I've already tried.
Then
Right.
Oh, I have an idea.
just don't pay them.
I have an idea. Why don't we put on a show? Put on a parade around town to raise equipment and funds, and I can perform, and we can get everybody together and rally. Yeah, and get some backing behind us.
We could rent a car for a
Because
couple hours.
most people think that we are dead men walking. Performing for what? Hangmen? The pariahs of this town? Come, let's just do what we need and go about our business.
I
Listen,
quite
if that
find
weirdo can make poetry about a tree, why can't we have a good party?
Hell yeah. If we're all gonna die, we might as well go out with a bang.
Agreed. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Zom sort of like leans and looks over at Boss and then looks away.
Do I see that?
Actually, no, just like that's BB. Silly Boss is actually thinking. He's listening, but he's also
In
Bass,
his
what
own
are your
world.
ideas on this?
a crowd. Not a bad idea, but information seems to be more interesting.
What
Such
took you
as,
so long to get out here anyway?
well, Miss Healy,
Yeah.
why did you ask about missing people up north?
No, I heard these guys talking about when we were walking in. They're being really quiet, so I didn't want to interrupt them because it feels kind of intimate.
What did
You know,
they
kind
say?
of like your kiss. But they said that they have some people missing up north, and they're going to send men to check later.
About as much. I loosened the tongue of our esteemed attendant, and I questioned the guard captain. It seems some of the soldiers up on the, possibly on the border of Faldrick States and the Everfen swamps?
Valley.
Valley, sorry. Everfen Valley are missing. While he said it's a 5-day ride to get there, he implied that it would be a poor idea to go looking for them. That's
Holmes
what,
kind of butts in and goes, "Hey, Faldria, I know Faldria. What's going on in Faldria?" Oh.
would we generally would we know the general history of the Faldrick States and how they're kind of warlike and they've made a push into Lord before?
So for I would say anyone who is from west of Paltheria or south of Lorid probably wouldn't have heard too much.
I've heard nothing.
Yeah. For people
It's like,
for people that are from Paltheria east or Lorid north, they would probably know.
Most likely the same thing that's been going on with Lord and Paltheria, not Paltheria,
Faldrick.
Faldrick States. Skirmishes, poking at each other to see for weaknesses. But it wouldn't be remiss for us to have a guard captain of Lorid owe us a favor. If we have time.
Yeah, I know a couple of people in the Faldrick area. My
maybe
my
my
dad.
priest friend would help.
was that, Healy?
Maybe my dad. Oh shit.
Sorry, you can finish.
My parents, they have a affinity to the Faldrick Stay, and my dad went off to war, and although he never came back, he really fought for the rise of King Decima, who I believe is kind of spearheading these attacks at the moment.
Orange, are you being quiet about talking about this?
Oh no, I'm talking openly about this.
Good.
I'm sharing my knowledge.
As you're saying this, and you mention the name Decima, a couple of other dignitaries that are walking by, like, just look over their shoulder, and you can see there's some spite in their eyes, and then they continue on.
But
I say,
Sorry.
right after you, I say, when I visited my priest friend, he was lighting a lot of candles. Maybe you'd know something.
I'm not sure about that.
I just
But
went around
you-
making friends with everybody. It's fine.
But to answer your question, Zamtarak, a parade and a battle of arms could raise quite a bit of coin. Also, it could offer, as you said, opportunities that might not be looked well upon.
As
Perhaps.
you mentioned the dignities who are kind of looking at me in spite, do I notice that?
Yes.
Right, okay. It's very
What are you
clear to see.
looking at?
Yes.
So guys, and I'm speaking to the party here, I know I'm probably not well liked around here, since with my ties to Faldria and what's going on with the fighting at the moment, but that's part of the reason why I moved away. You know, we moved away from the fights ever since my dad didn't come back, and since I kind of shout out, "Fall for the rise of King Decima," to kind of gauge the response of what's going on here.
Nice and loud.
Exactly.
You hear like some mutterings on the outskirts of the square that are further away. The only thing that they heard, fought for the rise of King Decima. And they're kind of just like muttering like amongst themselves.
Okay.
I imagine the Faldrick states aren't well liked.
We've often been warring. We were a very fractured state, and I kind of continue on about the history of Faldria and how that there were a lot of small communities. It was quite a fractured state, and Decima kind of aimed to bring all these states together in a sense of unity, which was why we kind of fought for the rise of King Decima, and why my dad went off to fight in those wars. And I think it's kind of apparent that those are starting to break down a little bit now.
Oh, they've been breaking down for some time.
Yeah. But obviously, I'm not as aware of that because I live in
Yep.
way down south of Faldria. So
Yep. So for probably Maximus, Zamtarok, and Amarasi, you three would know about what happened with King Decima and what happened afterwards. And the current, more or less the current state of the Faldrick states.
Right. That's why when he was like, "Oh, let me tell you what
Yeah.
happened," and Zom's just like, "Oh, yeah, no,
Yep.
I guess they're not well liked, huh?"
That's
Please.
tough. Oof.
oh, tough crowd.
Zomtarak's just like, he is literally former ship marine, and he knows a lot of shit of what happened. He might have been involved in some battles. Ship-to-ship combat is rough. he might kind of be staring off with a 1,000-yard stare again, just like surviving off of rats and salt water.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I see you staring off like that and toss you a good berry.
It literally just bounces off his face. He's not even paying attention. He is somewhere else.
I'm also 100% paying attention to the good berries, tries to grab it out of the air.
Roll a sleight of hand.
I need to eat one of these bloody good berries.
Nat one.
He crushes.
I was like, where's my... I got a nat 1.
And sure enough, you smash it into Zamtarok's chest.
Oof.
That literally like snaps him out. His hand reaches up and like tightly grips Am's wrist, and he like looks down, and for just a half a second, there's like this mask of just pure fury, and then he realizes who he's looking at, and he's like, "Oh, and it just goes back. He goes back to like happy Zom, like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I was somewhere else."
So you're wearing proper armor, right?
Yes, he's wearing chainmail.
Amarasi is just too stunned by how he just punched armor, and he's just sitting there kind of stunned of the pain. So he just doesn't really notice when you grab him. He's like, oh my god, that hurts so much.
Yeah, anybody else looking at his face would have seen it, because he's hard to miss.
Oh, when you two are done being all coy with each other, we decide what we're doing. We have deaths to prepare for.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
A kind of a
So are
bit
we
more of
having
a
our party
jaunty
or not?
tone.
Perhaps
No.
we should go to the market.
There's a back to
Yeah.
town.
If we
There's a
are,
guy there that has totems, and they look so cool.
Go ahead, Arm.
Oh no! Like as they're like going on, as he's trying to like say something, he's just like, and just like starts to just walk away.
We'll see you at the end.
Yeah.
Are we going? I look at everybody like, are we going to the market?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
I
I
do have a
start
question though. Mr. DM, is there a gladiatorial arena-esque thing here?
So there is not a gladiatorial ring per se. In Lord, they view that sort of a sport as kind of beneath them. That is more of a thing, especially because that is more of a thing that is more popular in the Faldric states. However, there are some
Fight Club?
underground pugilist clubs.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
We don't talk about Underground Pugilist Club.
Yep.
Maximus is going to.
Oh, we lost somebody, and it is.
Uh-oh.
Well,
There he is.
Discord.
And it had. As soon as you turn on your camera, it should. There we go.
Yeah. Discord really was just like, hey, wait, what if we are just about to do an update? And I'm like, wait, no.
Maximus is going to not exactly like be looking for them, but he's looking for somewhere to blow off steam, effectively.
Fair.
So he's like
Do I
kind of
notice-
walking the streets, looking for anyone that wants to cause trouble, so he can beat the trouble they cause.
Do I notice that he's extra irritated and is looking to fight?
Make an insight check.
Healy's ready to throw hands.
No, I have met so many people.
Squealy's
I know
about
a
to
guy
throw
for
hands.
everything now.
This dragon.
You don't really notice it, no.
Okay. Never mind.
So, Maximus, are you walking sort of in the same direction as everyone else, or you've already left ahead of them? Yeah.
Yeah, I've left ahead of them, and I'm actually heading more towards the slum side and less towards the markets.
Okay. All right. And for the rest of you, where are you all going?
Hans heads towards the markets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
same.
running towards the market. I'm
This
just like, bye.
All right. So you head towards the market. For Maximus, you head over to the slums.
Boss as well.
Oh, and Boss is following with Maximus. Kind of tailing. You're muted. Or there you go.
I'm eating. Yeah, I was,
No worries.
I'm not following him, but we are going the same direction, so it's not like I'm not hiding. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going that way too.
Okay. So, for those of you that are going to the market, any particular shops you're looking for?
I'm headed straight for the lady with the sock.
I'm just following Healy to see where this goes. Because I am a big fan of Healy's energy.
I mean, being that Healy seems to know where she's going, I'm going to follow her.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, you know the way. Great.
Let's go, team.
All right.
Absolute shit show on wheels right there.
So you reach into the market area. Healy, I want you to make a history check for me. We're going to see how well you remember your way back to that kiosk.
Oh, no. Here goes a negative.
Yeah, you don't remember well.
I'm going with confidence.
So, for Zamtruk and for Horns, where before you saw Healy walking into the market with such confidence, she's now more or less walking and then going wrong direction.
Can I roll for Squealy to correct me?
I will say yes, but with disadvantage.
I already have a disadvantage. I have a negative in history.
So you'll roll it twice, and whichever of the two is lower.
Lower.
Oh.
Oof.
Roll it one more time.
Cannot get worse.
No, it can get worse because it's a minus. Okay. Yeah, no. Squealy is just curled up now. Squealy wants nothing to do with this.
Does Zamtrog notice that Healy clearly appears to be kind of lost?
Yes. It is very apparent.
Ask
Healy,
her,
do you know where you're
are you
going?
trying to go?
There's a lady that sold clothes and she gave me a sock for a good berry.
Was she an old lady?
Yes.
I think I might know. I might know the shop.
Let's go.
Sam's gonna.
And
head
I
back
start
to the
walking
woman.
off with confidence again.
Oh, okay. So I'm just like, it's this way. He's gonna head back to the old lady that sold him the pipe.
Make
Do we have
a
map of
history.
the town?
One of you does have a map of the market.
No, Amarasi has one. He made one.
I do.
And did you come to the market with us?
I did come to the market. I'm just behind you guys.
You just watching me go
Watching
everywhere?
us just not know where the hell they're going at all.
Sarah knows
Unless-
map.
Unless he finally
Oh my
kind of
God.
looks up and just sees everybody going off in just the weirdest directions. So he just yells like, "Oi! I've got a map. Do you need a map?" And he starts he drops his bag to the ground and starts digging through it and just pulls out this paper.
Oh, yeah.
So now, for all of your history checks, you have advantage now.
Well, I just rolled a nat 20.
You remember exactly.
20.
Yeah, so you remember the way back to the lady who sold you your hookah pipe,
Great.
and you actually based on where you remember, combined with the map, you realize that there's a shorter way than you were originally going to go. So you get there quicker. It only takes you maybe like 5 minutes to get there as compared to the 15-ish minutes it would have taken with your old route.
Great. Efficiency.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to the lady and be like, was this the woman who sold you a sock, Healy?
I go, maybe.
It's not.
Do you remember the lady's name?
Nope.
Okay.
She sold clothes, and I asked her if she had anything squirrel-sized, and she said, I've got a sock.
Zom's going to ask the old woman here if she knows another old woman who sells clothes.
Where's my friend?
I know of a few older ladies that sell clothes over on the next street over.
Perfect. Here's a good berry.
Oh, good berry.
And she takes it and just like immediately pops it.
Hello, Hubert.
Just no fear of poisoning herself or whatever. She just immediately eats it.
What's she here?
Exactly, yeah.
I'm gonna die eventually. Don't worry, Grandma. We'll be back soon. Oh, well, I'll be dead soon.
Oh, Game Grumps.
Yep.
There's not much need for clothes if you're in the afterlife.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for making that soup, Grandma. So I guess we'll go towards where those other old ladies are.
Yeah.
Yep. So she directed you 2 streets over, so it takes you a little bit to get through the crowds because it's still kind of midday. I'd say like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or so.
All right, you know what old people really love? Stupid dance, stupid clothes. So everybody put on your lamb costumes. Let's start doing a bad dance and hope for the best.
Hans is 100% on board with this idea. Do we have a dance in mind?
I look at
I'm a little
Wheelie. Do you know
teapot.
a dance?
Fucking safety dance your ass around there.
Zom is just like looking at Amarasi like lamb costumes.
Can Hans play safety dance on the fiddle?
It's going to be a high mark considering the song has not been invented in this world. But roll performance to safety dance, which is a sentence I never thought I would say.
Come on.
D&D brings out the best.
This is my time to shine.
Zom is clearly just like,
You do not safety dance.
No!
Yeah.
You slightly
Just
less
regular
dangerous dance. Yeah, slightly less dangerous dance.
Okay.
We're gonna need that.
Can you hear my cicada in the backpack just like coming along?
Yeah. So the cicadas in the background just like... Meanwhile, the lyrics that you're coming up with are kind of like, you can dance too, I guess. Your friends can dance too, I guess.
oh,
Yep. If they don't want to dance, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. Slightly safer.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so you get over to the... I am assuming you eventually make your way over there without too much more delay. Healy, make history check with advantage. See if you can remember which shop now that you're more in the right area.
$17.
All right, roll one more. And we're going to be taking... There it is.
There we go.
There's the advantage playing in. Woo. Now it just sort of clicks that since you're back in the same area, you're now starting to remember like, oh, wait, no. The kiosk was on the left on this street, not on like 5 streets back. And you start heading over and sure enough, there she is.
I go up and say, hi, do you remember me?
Oh, hi, I don't remember necessarily. Did you need something?
You gave me a sock.
Oh, the strange girl. Yes. Yes.
Can you teach me how to make a sweater for my squirrel?
A sweater?
Yeah.
No.
That I don't even know where to start.
How do I make the clothes?
There's many different ways, but I don't make the clothes. I just sell them.
Well, who makes your clothes?
My sister.
Can I say hi to your sister?
Yes, she works in a tailor shop next to the Boisterous Barnacle down on the pier side. What's a tailor?
Yeah.
They make clothes.
They make clothes.
My dear, are you all right?
She was raised by squirrels.
Oh.
She like says, "Oh," as if she understands. She doesn't understand.
Explain anything.
Would you happen to know where we could get gear for an expedition?
An expedition? Are you leaving on the next expedition?
Yes, we are.
Oh.
And she just kind of looks back over at Healy with a worried look.
Yeah, don't worry about her. She'll be fine.
Even that one?
We're kind of, looking for gear and donations and that kind of thing because we're...
What kind of gear? There's a weaponsmith down the road.
Weather gear, hot weather gear, something to collect rainwater, some water skins, just the basics. Like gear.
The general store would have some of the basic supplies. My sister at the tailor shop could probably sort out some warm weather clothes.
Great.
As far as...
Can your sister do cold weather clothes too?
I believe so. I've never asked her.
Can she make a combo?
Of what?
A combination of cold and hot weather clothes.
I mean, usually you just do one or the other.
I don't think so.
I have this one little backpack. I can't bring all this stuff.
Sam just looks at Healy and just points at his backpack. That's what I'm here for. Also, why we have the big dragonborn guy.
I do have a friends that could probably help as far as some of these supplies. Oh, what was his name now? Jared. That's his name, Jared.
Oh, he went to Jared.
Is Jared an innkeeper?
No.
Okay.
He runs a general store over in the Noble District.
Does he also sell rings by chance?
Rings? No. Are you looking for a jeweler?
No.
Are you talking rings for ring mail? That would be Wrath Ironworks.
Emeralcy, just kind of backs away now and is like, thank you. Yep, definitely what I was looking for. Not trying to make a terrible joke.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Jared's doesn't exist in this world, okay? Not in the way that you were thinking.
They went to Jared.
I see your absurdity and I raise you a serious answer.
Damn it. I've been countered.
Okay, well, I guess we can go to Jared's and, get our general goods and camping gear and
I think he has someone watching right in the store right now, but if you talk to him and tell him that I sent you, he could probably give you some fairer prices.
Oh, and what was your name, ma'am?
Oh, my name's Jintra.
Okay. Do you have a surname?
Oh, I do, but don't worry about it. He'll know who Jintra is.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if there were many Gentras here in town.
Jintra.
Jintra. Okay. Well, thank you.
He should be down by the ports right now. He, I think, has an incoming shipment.
Ooh. What does Jared look like so we can identify him?
Oh, I'm trying to think of what he might be wearing clothes-wise. I haven't seen him today. I don't know how he dressed today.
Can we get a description of his appearance generally?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
Height, weight, hair, eyes.
He's about... And she, like, puts a hand, like, just below your chest level, like, about yay tall. And he has curly brown hair, dark brown eyes, darker skin. He does wear a monocle often.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Very nice. Holmes kind of gestures that we should go there.
All right. Well, we appreciate
Gary.
it. We'll definitely go talk to him.
And she takes it and just kind of like, oh, what is this? Just sort of like muttering to herself, trying to figure out what it is.
It's a delicious berry. You should eat it. It's tasty.
Oh, okay.
It makes you feel good.
And
won't be hungry all day.
That sounds like...
It sounds entirely like you're trying to poison this lady.
Yeah, you'll be good for the full day, 100%. Won't need anything else.
You'll be good for the rest of your life.
Are we going to start walking to Jared's?
We're going to Jared's.
Do
All
we
right.
pass the wood carver on the way?
Yes.
I want to stop at the wood carver and buy his squirrel totem that Squealy hated, now that I have money for it.
All right. I think it was, what, like 1 silver? So just
Okay.
deduct 1 silver from your purse.
In my 60 gold.
Yep. So as you depart for the port looking for Jared's, so you can go to Jared's. Over in the slums. Maximus, you're walking into the slums. What are you doing?
Looking for trouble.
So
I'm just like, and I'm not like looking to just randomly like pick somebody up and be like, find me. No,
Right.
He's like stomping, but like looking for anybody that's just doing some uncalled for shit.
and no worries, Wince.
Into Batman.
I would say that you have been waiting the longest time for this. Roll investigation.
Yay! It's the one fucking thing I'm good at.
Tell me about bunnies and rabbits.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, man.
Good old 18.
So, as you are walking down down one of the roads, I'd say like 2 blocks south of the Brook residence, and then 1 block east, you see a woman, a dragonborn woman, who who appears to have her face sort of beaten and bloodied a bit.
Maximus is just going to walk to her and be like, "You, who did this?"
She immediately cowards as soon as you walk up. I don't want any trouble.
Oh, for the love of God, woman, just tell me who did this.
Make either, whichever you're trying to do, persuasion or intimidation. But make a roll.
Same either way. 7. Fuck.
I'm sorry, I'll get into trouble. I don't want any trouble. Meanwhile, both Boss and Maximus make a perception check.
Yeah, so just to kind of tell you like what I'm doing, I'm like obviously I'm kind of wasn't following. Well, I was like mildly following him now because a giant stomping around Dragonborn in the slums is a perfect bait for what I'm looking for. So,
All right.
oh, attaboy, attaboy.
Finally.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, 17.
So you both see it. A couple of guys from the other side of the street walking out, and one of them calls out just like, "Hey, what are you doing with her?"
Yeah, so after letting out that sigh, she's like, "I don't want any trouble." He's just like, good. Now I don't have to deal with the weak. And instead of drawing his Kopesh, he's going to, as he's stomping towards them, he's just pulling his greatsword. Like, "You, come here."
And they stop halfway across the street and are just like, "Oh, buddy, we didn't want any trouble. Whatever you want to do with her, you go ahead."
As he like starts to get closer, or as they say that, he's gonna get kind of down as he goes, "I said, come here," and just dart at them.
They are going to try to take off running. So, street is definitely within 30 feet from you. Are you attacking one of them?
I am. Yes, you know what? Yes, I am.
All right. You've gotten within range of them before they could start darting out. So, what? Tell me what you're doing.
I am. So as they start to
Slums team.
yeah, as soon as they start to run, I'm gonna grab the first one the closest one to me. That turns his back. I'm just gonna grab him and just try to impale him right through the back.
Make the attack roll.
These are just some innocent dudes.
God. I mean,
11.
So you go to. Actually, I should have mentioned, if you're trying to grab him, are you like trying to grab him, basically?
Like grabbing like the nape of his neck, like the back of his shirt, something to kind of grab onto so I can.
So when you grab onto the back of his neck, he starts flailing, and as he flails, he turns just enough for the blade to pass on his side. And the other guy who sees this immediately starts running down the street after just seeing you fly towards both of them and start attacking and try to stab one of them. He's just like, "What the hell?" and starts running down the street.
Do I at least have a hold of one of them to stop him from running? Or do I need to roll the athletics?
Make the athletics roll.
13.
You are holding on tight to him. So it's now his turn. Roll another athletics. Let's see if you keep hold of him. Oh yeah, you keep hold of him. So he's sort of ineffectively like trying to like smack at your hand or something that's holding onto the nape of his neck and trying to get you off of him. It's not working. And he's just like, please, I didn't do anything. Let me go.
Okay. So instead of attempting another stab, Maximus is going to slam this guy like face first into the wall and start to lift him. So there's a 10.
All right. I'm going to say you slam him in, but you don't quite manage to lift him up.
That's fair.
Go ahead and roll damage. I'll say 1d4.
3.
All right, so yes, you do 3 damage to him. You slam him into the wall.
And he's gonna like kind of growl. He's gonna be like, "Who touched her?"
Wait, you're trying to help her?
Yes.
Let me go and I'll show you.
If you run, you die. And he's gonna let him go.
The guy like drops to his knees and then turns around and sort of like scampers up against the wall. Please don't kill me.
Answers now, and we'll discuss your fate.
She's one of the girls that works down in down the street in the slums.
Okay.
Well, one of the customers wasn't too happy.
Do you know who he is or what he looks like?
Yeah, he looks like you. Just
Please tell me he has bronze skin.
how did you?
Perfect. And he just kind of shoves the man as he starts walking away.
Hey, you didn't hear it from me.
And now I am looking.
So now you're looking for your targets.
Yes.
All right, so
Hold on a second. So looking at it, we were walking like this way down the street, right? Saw the lady on the right-hand side.
on the left-hand side,
Left-hand side. Okay, then they came out behind him.
from the right side of the street.
Yeah. So and he dashed that way. Okay. Once he gets that information, God damn it, what's your name in game?
Maximus.
Armith, that's it. I hope Maximus hears this. Just
Your mic's not picking it up, so I'll do it for you.
okay. Yeah. And then I'm just leaning I'm probably like 5 feet away from where he smashed the dude in the wall. Just not that I don't know if he registers it, but it's fun.
Yeah, he probably would have as he started clapping. Just like he's gonna look back at you, boss, and he's goes, "What?"
Don't mind me.
Just don't get in my way. And then he's gonna go searching for. He's just gonna search the slums for his target.
All right. All right. Where are you starting your investigation?
Let's see. The information I got was sparse because I didn't wait too long to get all the information I needed.
Yeah.
How deep into the slums did I get to before this happened?
So, like I said, you were about 2 blocks south of the Brook residence and 1 block east. So,
Okay.
the slums are about, from north to south, is about 9 blocks. And then west to east, it's about 5 blocks. And the Brook residence is about 1 block away from the northwestern corner, right on the edge of the northern bit.
Okay, so he's definitely going to start at the furthest location. So he's going to go north, or the 9 blocks.
All right.
So he's just going to, like, up one street. As soon as there's an intersection, he's going to turn right, up a street, left, and he's just going to zigzag through it, looking down the streets as he goes.
All right. So I'm not going to have you do constant rolls. I'm just going to kind of talk you through as you're heading around.
Okay.
As you're going through the northern parts, you're not really seeing much of anything. These are the areas that are closer to the market district and the business districts. So for the most part, the guards kind of keep this area in order. As you're heading more through the mid area, things are definitely a lot seedier, but it's petty crimes. It's nothing along the lines of what you're looking for. As you head a little bit further south, you get into the area where there are working girls. Which is the area that the guy had mentioned. At this point, given that you started your investigation from the north, I would say that at least 2 hours has passed.
Fair.
So it is now about 3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. As I get down there, I'm definitely going to see if there's any more Dragonborn women that are working girls.
Roll.
Can I dive in as well?
Yeah.
While he stomps off, can I look around and see if there's any beggars or someone or young children around?
In the area of the working girls?
No, because he stomped off to the north, right? And
right.
I heard him say that working girls, so obviously not being used to slums, have a pretty good idea. But I want to go kind of further in and find someone who might be begging or specifically looking like they might be malnourished.
Yeah, no, you definitely find a bunch of people that are like that. If you were to be roughly in the area you were already in or more southwest, you would have definitely seen plenty of people.
Yeah. So if I see like maybe a gaggle of kids who are looking hungry.
Yeah.
Okay. So I approach them. If possible.
As you start to draw near, they start to like kind of back away because they don't know you.
Yeah. So I stop and I'll not kneel down, but I'll crouch down. Hungry, huh? I know what it feels like. I have these, and then I'll hold up the 3 good berries. One of these is a meal for the whole day. I'll give you all 3 if you help me find someone I'm looking for.
Who are you looking for?
Bronze-skinned Dragonborn, maybe likes to meet up with women of his kind. I assume he might make a scene.
And they start like talking amongst themselves.
The berries first.
1 berry first, 2 when you show me where.
2 berries first.
1 berry first. I'll give you the 2 berries and then extra gold on top of it if you're not lying.
As soon as you say that, their eyes kind of like widen.
He was down in the area with the call girls are at. He tried to take one of them back to his tavern. She wouldn't go.
You know which tavern? A name?
And they start like talking amongst themselves again.
We don't remember the name of it, but we know it was up in the Noble District. There's only 2
two up there.
I toss the good berries to him.
And they pick them up. And, what about the gold?
The deal was for you to show me where he was, not tell me.
And a couple of the kids look at each other and then, we'll take you over to the Noble District. Just, they don't like kids like us over there.
Deal. Okay.
So, two of the kids, one of them stays behind, but two of them are kind of like fighting with each other over who's going to be the one to take you, since you're only offering 1 gold and only one of them can take 1 gold.
I'll do, can I do a little sleight of hand?
Yeah.
1 gold. 2 gold.
Yeah.
Once we get where we're going, of course.
The third kid is now interested in, like, sort of walking towards.
Sure. 2 gold. 3 gold. And then 0 gold.
So now all 3 kids are going to try to help you find the Dragonborn.
Okay. Dealsies. I'm done.
All right. Maximus, you roll an investigation for me.
This is what anger gets you, kids. Bad rolls.
You do not see any more Dragonborn.
That's fair.
Yes, let your hate flow through you.
Yeah.
I mean, you do see 1 male Dragonborn, but it's not the one you're looking for.
No, but I do approach him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough. Start punching the shit out of him. Ouch.
You walk towards him and...
Yeah.
I'll fancy a roll in the hay.
No. I fancy information.
That costs extra.
Maximus is going to take 5 gold pieces and toss them at his feet.
He's going to just scamper to pick them up.
Oh, what do you want to know?
Have you heard of a dragonborn named Bronzeclaw?
Yeah. Yeah, he tried to take one of the other girls here earlier.
Where?
I'll try to take her up to the Noble District, but there's only 2 places he could be staying up there. 2 different taverns. I don't know which one.
He's going to flash another 2 gold pieces and goes, do you not know? Or won't tell me?
I don't know, but for those 2 gold, I'll show you. Along with anything else you want to see.
I don't want anything from you. He's going to hand it to him this time and be like, lead me.
Dude's just trying to work. You don't got to be rude about it. Okay.
He's just a joke.
As he's like picking up and dropping the 7 gold, he's just like,
Easiest payday I ever earned.
and begins to lead you over to the Noble District. We are at 6:02. I am going to need to end the game here. Hopefully, next time, since we've got all the cams set up, there won't have to be a setup period, but we'll see. Since we are going to have some people that'll be out next week, we will postpone until week after next for our next game.